Shabakayame, Nimekaname, Akago, Apiasma, Ishibami, Foguem.
Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency Professor J. Nana Opoku Ajiman, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Ministers, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Samuel Kujeto Ablapa, Your Excellencies Heads of Mission, Your Excellencies Heads of Ghanaian Mission, Acting Chief Director, Directors, staff of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Nime, Name, Nananam, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to chair this all-important opening ceremony. It's a personal privilege and also a celebration of the partnership between the Ghana Traditional Authority and the institutions of government. Congratulations to all new envoys on your appointment as representatives of Ghana across the globe. Your appointment places into your custody Ghana's global brand, brand of integrity, brand of dignity, aspiration, history, and a rich cultural identity. It is through your hard work and dedicated service that you have arrived at this point in your careers and have earned this place in diplomatic history. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give them another round of applause. So your mission abroad is primarily to build bridges and elevate Ghana by engaging with Ghanaian diaspora and local communities in line with the government's transformation agenda. In this crucial era of our global history, diplomacy has transcended statecraft and evolved into a strategic engine of opportunities. For this reason, your conduct must be a reflection of Ghana's values of integrity, respect, hospitality, and discipline, blending with strategic insights with heartfelt national pride. Additionally, you must prioritize trade, business, investments, and development through strategic partnerships that are equitable and sustainable. In all you do, seek opportunities to promote Ghanaian products from our textiles, our traditional symbols, food products, clothing, and tourism, positioning Ghana as a trusted partner in global commerce. The diaspora is rife with skill, with talents, and expertise. We will ask you to take advantage of those characteristics and harness them for our national development. To this end, I welcome the Ministry of Foreign Affairs' introduction of key performance indicators, KPIs, for heads of mission, which signals a divisive shift from the ceremonial diplomacy that we know to a result-driven global approach. Within your missions, you will operate in a world of competing interests and delicate balances. Be sensitive to the culture of your host nations without compromising on our Ghanaian values. Educate yourself about the socio-political nuance of their people, but act with the courage and empathy underpinned by intelligence. This conference is not routine. It's not at all. It is a reaffirmation of Ghana's place globally. The theme harnessing the dividends of diplomacy for Ghana's reset agenda is a call to action. Say a call to action. I commend His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, for convening this meeting to lay the bricks on the foundation for a more professional and resultative foreign service. A summary of a few things I want you to know: that we have to intensify and further diversify our trade directions, quality and packing of products, fighting sanitary and phytosanitary or other artificial barriers to our trade. In this area, we must boost the volume of our inter-African trade, which still has immense opportunity for growth. Let us fully implement visa regimes that will make Africa a more common home for all Africans. This is an indispensable part of our Pan-African agenda. Let us insist on reciprocal agreements, arrangements, particularly in the areas of immigration requirements, timelines, fees, and charges of embassies in processing of visas. Reciprocity is a cardinal principle in diplomatic relations. We must adopt a more efficient and sustainable systems of payment of school fees for government-sponsored students abroad, as many of them now face major challenges. Furthermore, I encourage the ministry to give a greater focus to cultural diplomacy and involve traditional leadership in showcasing our rich cultural heritage through soft bilateral cultural exchanges to increase tourist arrivals in the country for huge benefits. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us not sweep our challenges under the carpet. We must confront them boldly, because only then can Ghana's diplomacy deliver lasting benefits for our people. I bless your journey. You won't say amen? Amen. You will not fail. Wombi jomo ken hanye gbene ni fane ni wombi ni adrunye na kenye emin kewala no fe no ni nyafe man se efe jomo wulu ke hagana mamu fe roma fane uru teke no ne se gana mamu fe no ye hia wo jugba ni bia ne won tunye akebofo ye ken ya jin fe nya kle aje nye pe akekane ke hagana. God bless you all. God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Today, Ghana is seen as a high-risk investment proposition because of our inconsistent economic performance over many years. That perception must change if we have to attract significant direct foreign investment, not ODA, not debt. Our diplomatic leaders must be the frontline officers in your countries of accreditation, engaging investors with deep pockets and who are prepared to take risks in Ghana. The president has already set the tone during his recent two-country visit to Japan and Singapore. At home, you must spend time to engage your regulatory institutions to make investing in Ghana less onerous. You must persuade the GRPC, for instance, to promote investments in alignment with their mandate and stop behaving as if it is just a regulator. You must also engage the Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry to facilitate investing in Ghana, whether by foreigners or local entrepreneurs, and our government to ensure sustained resilient economy to make long-term risk-taking in Ghana an attractive proposition. It is a tall order, but there is no other way. The research agenda will not succeed without serious private sector investment in the economy. And here I must encourage the Honorable Minister and his leadership in Accra to offer their full support in engaging all these different government agencies to facilitate the work of our envoys. If we have accepted the challenge of resetting Ghana, then we must do all it takes to deliver that promise. And let me sound a word of caution here. When you go out there to pursue investments, please do so only at the benefit of Ghana. You should make Ghana's interest paramount over your own personal interest, so that together we can accelerate the growth and transformation of the economy. Additionally, today's diplomatic leaders also need economic and geo-economic expertise, analyzing supply chains, evaluating the impact of subsidies and rising tariffs, and responding to other disruptive trade practices in a world which is fast deglobalizing, thanks to the current American administration. Diplomatic leaders must master the art of persuasion, conflict resolution, negotiation, and multilateral engagement, as well as coalition building. To cultivate these skills, diplomatic training programs should emphasize interdisciplinary education. Diplomats of the future will not just represent states, they will design ecosystems. And in a world where AI drafts treaties, climate crisis and conflicts abound, refugees are constantly crossing borders, and cyber conflicts and attacks simmer, success hinges on the leader's ability to orchestrate coherence from chaos with appropriate deep skills. The fourth principle I want to build on is build trust in a low trust world. Build trust in a low trust world. In a fragmented world where mistrust and suspicions reign and trust has become a rare commodity, the ability to connect and persuade is more valuable now than ever. It will require our diplomats to appreciate the need for empathy and cultural agility. And this goes beyond mere cultural sensitivity. It is the ability to understand the world from the perspective of a counterpart whose history, values and behaviors, culture, political system and sensitivity may be fundamentally different from yours. It's about understanding the logic behind what they do, how they do it, and even if you do not agree with them, being sensitive to their peculiarities will help you to build trust. While on building trust, let me add that one way of achieving this is building a network to facilitate multi-track diplomacy. You will soon find that power is diffuse. A diplomatic leader must engage not only with state officials, but also with multilateral corporations, investors, and influential individuals. Building and mobilizing these diverse networks will be key to achieving the objectives that can drive the reset agenda back at home, while at the same time, you build strong and long-lasting, mutually beneficial relationships in your country of accreditation. The last principle, Your Honorable Minister, that I want to emphasize is be aware of personal attributes that drive diplomatic leadership success in a contemporary world full of uncertainties. These personal attributes must include team building, calmness, resilience, principle, credibility, and focus, attributes which will be paramount in your role, especially as you will be navigating constant disruptions and uncertainties. With the pace of change too fast for any one person to be an expert on everything, you need to build a team to help you respond to challenges as they emerge. The best leaders are those who know what they do not know, are open to changing their minds in the face of overwhelming evidence, and can quickly pivot appropriate strategies. Alvin Toffler, in his third wave, puts it more succinctly. He says, the illiterate of the future are those who refuse to unlearn to learn. Sadly, I've once been to a Ghana mission where the High Commissioner did not speak to his deputy. The deputy did not speak to the head of administration, and the military attaché felt a complete outsider. Such a dysfunctional team could never be useful to Ghana and would not be a good fit in the current reset agenda. You always need to be calm, reflective, resilient, principled, credible, and focused when facing difficult challenges. As a chairman of two very large local multinational companies, I can confirm that in our current world, there's never a day without a major, potentially disruptive development. It is in such situations that the personal attributes I have mentioned above will help you make informed and effective decisions for the benefit of Ghana. Never rush into taking any decision without deep reflection. And more importantly, let the benefit of your knowledge of applied history help you. The last personal attribute I must mention before I conclude is humility. Today, humility is at the core of leadership. The only certainty in the world today is uncertainty. Therefore, leaders must be humble to listen to others, even in areas where they have deep expertise. It helps a leader to expand their understanding of issues. Good leaders talk less and listen more, not because they do not know, but because they want to know more. And you must learn to listen to those who you even think are opposed to your ideas. By doing so, you'll be able to understand what motivates them, and that should give you the opportunity to build trust with them. Like a chief executive of a corporate body, your life is going to be full of making choices, and you can only make the best choices if you avail yourself of all the ideas that will help you to make those best choices. Honorable Minister, newly appointed envoys, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, impactful diplomacy is diplomacy that makes a difference. Our country's story shows that we need a new impactful diplomatic leadership which is also contemporary. If we must reset our country and rebuild its economy, enhance our international standing among the community of countries, drive trade and investment, integrate our economy with the rest of the world, especially our ECOWAS economies, reconcile adversaries, and unite peoples across our boundaries. As we face the complex challenges of our time, the rapid disruptive technological revolution, climate change, growing economic inequality, pandemics, wars, and widespread insecurity, the call is for diplomacy that is bold, inclusive, and transformative. Ghanaian diplomats must embrace diplomacy of impact, one that speaks not only for government, but for the aspirations of all our people. Let us, therefore, reaffirm our commitment to a diplomacy that does not merely exist, but one that matters. For it is through impactful diplomacy that we can reset Ghana and together build a Ghanaian economy that we all want and can be proud of. I thank you.
Yeah, so more covered by a TV XYZ live on Power 97.9 FM inside politics. Jimmy so and area so you might be doing come out there for my Ghana when some ahodo a twego na otwe mu nyina de na ekoso ene area yesinkonwa said the da ne da area ye ni musdi ehyiemu ewo Jimmy so no na afei ensem ahodo twego ebi kra na wate bi ba wonte ase bi akra won so wonte da Jumadi so awie ana yɛbɛbɔ mmɔden na yɛde dwumadie mu nkyɛkyɛ mu nyinaa atumi aba na yɛde aba bɛsom ɛfi saa bere nkɔpem sɛ 6 pm bɛbɔ na afei news team no nso bɛtena ase na wɔn de nsɛm aka no nyinaa ɛde atoa so midi ɛde ɛnke Obrempong metena dwumadie so na ɛde ama Mugabe masɛ ɛnɛ nsɛm ahodoɔ hɔ nkɔmmɔ bebree wɔ hɔ ne ɛsɛ ne fata sɛ wɔsɛ yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ na yɛkyerɛkyerɛm na afei ɛyɛ Ghanafoɔ nyinaa nso timi nyɛ ɔmo ho nteaseɛ sɛ dɛn na ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Ghana ha no ma ɛwɔ sɛ yɛbɔ mmɔden na yɛn nyinaa no yɛhyɛ ne nso sɛ yɛbɛboa na wɔman Ghana atumi afa ne ntema pa bi de afira sɛsi a reset agenda de aba na wohwɛ His Excellency John Dramani Mahama NDC abɛn yi wɔma ho keka nkɔmmɔ ɛnam kurom ebi sɛ John Mahama mmɔdenbɔ ɛne NDC wohwɛ wɔn mmɔdenbɔ a wɔn abɔ bɛyɛ bosome nwɔtwe ni a wɔn bɛtena abɛn mu no ɛno ka ho ana ayɛ akɔnɔ sɛ saa bere deɛ baabi biara a wɔman Ghana mu ampatam biara abatoɔ ebeduru so no manfoɔ no pɛ sɛ wɔn to aba ɛde ma ɛyɛ His Excellency John Dramani Mahama anaasɛ NDC aban no sɛ ɛbɛyɛ no wɔn bɛtumi akɔ so na nneɛma ahodoɔ wɔn baayɛ wɔn ahyɛ aseɛ na wɔn yɛ ebi ne akwan ahodoɔ sɛ wohwɛ poku ase to nsawam ɛyɛ road yi a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne NDC aban wɔn yɛ nansi wɔn bɛtena so wɔbra na ɛka twitwidie bɛyɛ 809 million Ghana cedis ɛda hɔ na ɛyɛ contractors yi na aban di wɔn ka wɔn nkyɛn nti wɔn free kwan no so na wɔn kɔɔyɛ wodi wɔn ani kyerɛm ewo Kumasi a yɛ Kofro market wɔ hɔnom Kofro market ɛyɛ the former president John Ejekum Kufuor ɛna ɛhyɛ ase wɔ Kumasi Kofro mfie ɛyɛ 2008 ansa na obɛfiri ɛyɛ akonnwa so mene okasa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wabɔ mmɔden ahyase a Kofro market a ɛno so na aka nwuram na yɛ beaeɛ a akronfoɔ wura hɔ awidifoɔ wɔn mo ehwim phones wɔn mo akyɛ sɛ ayɛ gyanan bia mene okay ɛkasa yi wodi wani kyerɛ mu Kofro na edwa kɛse edwa data His Excellency the former president John Ejekum Kufuor hyɛ no na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama aba wɔtoa so no na kyɛ sɛ ne fɛ mu a anaasɛ ne papa mu a ana egu so kɔ so wɔ Kumasi a ɛyɛ kamakama wohwɛ kejetia first phase His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ɛna esi yɛ mene okasa yi second phase no so waba wahyase a wo si second phase of kejetia market ɛde the people of Ashanti region na bibi biara etimi ayɛ kamakama eti nneɛma hodoɔ His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne NDC aban wɔn bɛtena mu a wɔn ayɛ no ɛno ana nkurɔfoɔ susu sɛ ɛno ada yɛ ba kora ɛkɔ so wɔ akwatia a ɛno yɛ swing region swing constituency abiri biara no wɔn etu so baabi a wɔn ɛpɛ anaa wɔn hunu nipa a wɔbɛtumi aboa wɔn anaa aban a wɔn interest at heart na obetimi aboam na omoto abama omo no enye nkrofo nwanwa sɛde omo ka no sɛ sabe de ɛyɛ akwatiafo ɛde tumi no ɛde ama NDC ni sɛ ombra mra hyebedwam na omedi omanim efisi omo so mahu ɛnepa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ɛyɛ na eniema ni nyina no ebi ti sɛ dollar ɛba from bɛyɛ 16-15 ɛbaya bedu 10 Ghana cedis ɛwɔ oman Ghana mu a within 8 months His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any NDC aban yi baye nyame adoma on the 7th of September bosom ya yesimi pepepe ana ye NDC aban yi ebenya bosom nwotwe mene okasa yi ene se wo hwe dollar no rate na wo de compare beye bosom ya twem na utimi se amane musu kakra akodu 12 cedi ene akire kakra Ghana phobia hyase kasa ase bi suro dollar yi ya dwen se nkeku ebi akotwe 10 no anka masuru bio anase entimi makra medu be 12 dabi eya memuo ane yebuo no dollar any stable rate se wo ba begina ho enti sabre yi eni se ehu bi aba obi a wo ye business mu onkoso no onye na adwuma efri se aka 3 months na ye ba be di Christmas enti pressure akọ dollar no so sabe wo mu a ekra niema ahodo e de ba o man mu wo bra ye ba be di sa Christmas yi edoso into of course the demand for the dollar no akoso ye e wo banks no e ba ne sa wo ye ne dan ya pressure kakra beba dollar no so na amane mu so but empedifo abomodin ama yate asese sabre de enya de wo se ebo bia hu memo bia hu efi se bibi biara esi no it is under control na omo hwe se enya de under the NDC government no dollar no ebejinsem ana ebe free omonsa na adwadifo a wo mu hia dollar ana omo yisu dollar edidi omo juma no wo mu ahu omani anko time wo manase o maso anko yehye wo bra wo mu edi cedi no to dollar no na afei wo matimi de akoto mo niema ewo amanone eniema hodo ne papa mu His Excellency John Dramani Mama any NDC aban betna so o maye no ebi ni inflation as at year last month and July no na ewo around 12.1 na utie NDC aban ya wo mo target ni say nka by the end of the year no na inflation no ahit be 11.9 thereabout many would say another year inflation afọle ababedu 11.5 not just the NDC abani susu ye say anka ebia afie we be kwa wiye na anka inflation edu wono me no ka say afie no kwa wiye kra ye na we che say anka by this time e was said niema eyefo o man Ghana mu a anka was said niema bo e titi ba fom because dollar no kra ba bi e dan still a good edema businessmen na se be ye no mu dwa wo mu emboka fuel baby e wono e good edema wo mu a commercial transport users private car owners obi biara a auto fuel enedai very good enti wo hwe sa niema ni nyina ka ho na fe ye de ba hwe inflation se wo beka ya the year 2022 under the leadership of the former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia are no ye chairman of the economic management team. Ewo eye wo man Ghana mu ano dollar no ekwoso yie pa na wo hwe inflation e man mu so in the fourth republic in this Ghana history na ekodu be 54% na bi si o man mu da ene dem na wo de ka say inflation na drop here baba bedu 11.5 ene de ya me na wo de ka say ewo man Ghana ha eno aye modern bo ahodo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene the NDC government asabe woma betina benya so na fe womo hwe sampa ne esene fata Ghana for de bema Ghana for ho atowom so mu didwam so mu omadwumam se sika beka omonsa no womo de kodwama so a womo betimi de ato eniema eni sika kuta omo no ebese na afata na yese okuta sika kase kura no a ukodwama so a eniema ketua bi na obetimi afa efise inflation akosho anase dollar rate no abro so a cedi no ayemre me no ka say the cedi is the best performing currency in the whole world. The last time His Excellency John Dramani Mahama etu kwan ya ordinary chire mu Japan na occurred the 9th international Tokyo conference on African development no woko kasai no de chire aman nyina say Ghana cedi no say ewiase afa na nyina eno ne sika ne ho odin yie pa enti obi bia okuta sika ewo Japan anaba bibia obi ate no nene no ombra Ghana sabre no meye na djuma na yenko hwe statistician for wo mu a sa inflation yi ho enkomodie no abiribia wo mutimi ehwehwem na wo mutimi de beso mo man Ghana for any kwan a inflation na fa so a drop ababedu 11.5 ene de ya me ne wo de ka sei ye hwe mo mra na fa ye nto adwuma de ne so.
The key figure here is that inflation for August 2025 was 11.5%. This means that prices today are 11.5% higher than they were in August 2024. Most importantly, it is the 8th consecutive month of decline and the lowest inflation we observed since October 2021. In July, inflation was 12.1%, and in December, inflation was 23.8%. So you can see that there is a sharp downward trend with regards to inflation movements. That shows a sustained easing of price pressures. On month basis, we've seen prices fall by 1.3% between July and August 2025. This means that households paid less in August than they paid last month. The steady drop in inflation is reassuring, but the monthly swings we are seeing reminds us that we need to keep watch on inflation, particularly short-term movements, and ensure that policies addressing inflation continue to be stable and sustainable. Ladies and gentlemen, I now want to look at some of the key components of inflation. So the question is, the August inflation of 11.5%, what are the key breakdown with regards to food and non-food, import and locally produced items, goods and services, and then possibly inflation at the regions? Food inflation was 14.8%, down slightly from 15.1% in July. Food remains the largest driver of inflation, and it contributes more than half to the inflation figure we are seeing in August. In fact, for some time now, food inflation has contributed more than half to inflation. So what this means is that once you're able to fix issues surrounding food inflation, then by and large, you're able to actually tackle inflation in Ghana largely. On month-on-month basis, we saw food prices actually drop, and they dropped by 2.5%. What does this mean? So what this means is that between July and August 2025, the prices of food dropped by 2.5%. So even though the food component in the basket is very high, we've seen, and of course inflation has dropped from July to August, but we've also seen that prices themselves, and this time not inflation, I'm emphasizing prices themselves, have dropped between July and August, and they've dropped by 2.5%.
And we statistician for Bribia Wamoshem, sir, inflation are dropping, inflation is soon dropping, and was set prices of goods and services. It's me back from Sebeye, not me for so a home to me, a high one, and a woman church remu, Kwanya. Inflation ya first one dropping ababedu sabi ameno ka say 11.5, even though aban no hwe say anka fie we be kwa wiye no na anka watimi a achieve be 11.9 inflation drop meno ka say ababedu 11.5 and the year meno we ka say a che say e wo say anka wo pie na wo kwakoto ubi bia say wo koto mo say wo koto oil bibia anka wo ko market anka wo store odi wani kire okanshi makola agbogloshi baby biara ye to ade na nka wo kwakoto bi no sabre wo senke bo ne ba fom but the complaints are yetimi yenya bebre na efi aboso kan ani kokompe bepe mo ne trade ministry ani mo nhia mudie monte mo niema suo every say dollar number from sika na mo sesa na mo de kra mo spare parts na ede babo so kan no and even duty amutua e wo port no ni nyina na dollar no mo de am calculation no mo de amamo it is a dollar ne ba from automatically no enya impact e masidi na hoden se beye na nka bia 10,000 Ghana cedis ana nka wo de besesa for beye bia $1,000 na eno no abedu be 7,000 wonya be 3,000 profit also etide ntina bepe mo ne spare parts e wabo so kan na ebi wo kokompe 8 months pepepe muni a yede awura NDC amemwo imo enti wo old stock okra wo de dollar rate be 15 and 16 and e kofa ya sabre isa old stock no asanida majority of them asa ne dodo na asa enti new stock na wo kofa no what they compare old stock no a na sika sam na say the last time na the various transport unions one more kasa say debi ye betu ye famu If you say, Bapim ne aboso kafonti wo spare parts so ye. Uko compare prices of spare parts are near ton last year no. Ebi kura boy ye dancing last year de no. Eti ayedie nti ana bapim ne aboso kanfo ani ko compare for. Bapim ne muntimi nti mo spare parts no so ma driver for so mo ko muntimi han wo mo. Dollar number form e ma form ye. Ede na esi mu kwan. Sasa me wosi bo wura boso kan. E wosi atwe camera ne de besi mu so okokombe. If it's a complaints of drivers ne de mayen, commercial drivers, private car owners. I want mo toss papers wo mo de mayens, e de mayen say, eniema no mo to no afide atwa mu no. 2024 before san ye wura 2025 no. Eniema ne bo na no na mukutem, na bi wo kra masa ya tum. Enti ye bese ye hunu. Aboso kan for mo hawo kokon pay for mo hawo ani wo bibiara sabre odi dollar di juma ekra ne ma de ba no de beton wo man Ghana mu a etu be hwa emo ahodo abafom kufo gallon yi 2022 inflation kodu be 54% na kufo gallon ye to around 1,000-3,400 Ghana cedis enei wo mu a wo mahunu impact aba Sidi na ho odin ageni na dollar na yemre no na yemre mo so mo be kra ne ma de aba no enei wo matete so a wo call shops na hodo no mu a ebi eton be 400 and something a endu 500 Ghana cedis hwe be ekodi adango enchire boto last year ya na ye 700 Ghana cedis enei ebi kra endu 350 Ghana cedis eti se wo de dollar ana wo ye dwadini na sabre sidi ya nwodi ya amman muso ma bibia ye kama mawa denti ana ugusu kutam se dabi mentime niema so ana ne pese yehunu ebi say trade union wo moni modi nkomo ministry of trade wo machia mo se montimo niema no so dollar na nwodi yakofom sidi na baba peme na me ne wo de kasai udu aboso kan a your friend say car shocks we better the same price from last year your friend is saying windscreen tie bibi biara we better no krom ha wo aboso kan the same price denti na eba no sa denti enti we na Ghana for bebre no mu bisa sa de na aboso kan for ani kokompe moton cash papers and crofo bada bia babeton no dollar na hooding akofom na sidi na peke na so mo niam na boarding and then inflation hwe bia babedu 11.5 omani mo yemre e wose momua na the reset agenda Ghana ni bia ho nto no da bia me ka se edumre wose yi amanyosem a yedi si ye bibia mo do totwere sa miye party A it is a party B ba de meye bia menua Ghana ni bi ho bekyere no no waka se aba we ba wa moa yen enti yensan kokora ne yenkofa we mra no this is the time what's a research ni become na mo de no kura ne pepepe yo ye adwuma enti edu se ye bete so a ye bete so edu se ye tumu a ye tum na mfasodie bi e wo so no ye nyina temamufo ya enjoy Nansenya aban ni driver for hia edi nkomo se fuel ni yate so dollar ba from enti driver for montimu asentuade transport fare so 15% wo mo bo modern wo mo te so enu ba bia ana some of the transport unions abo modern atisi mu se wo mo matum wo mo masaya to transport fares num enti ba bi ti se Madina station Kofodia no de minya nipa bi send me ticket se Obrempong na efi Kofodia echo da ye tia 50 cedis wo bra ye te so 15% no ene dey wo ma san de akọ 55 Ghana cedis ye be ka sa ho asem no ma san de akọ 50 cedis eti se yamfa no kure ene ye ho antena na ye mbie ya dwene mu amfa ma empuntuo se be ye ne ye nyina ho be han ye ya abiri bia wo hawo ana wokyire beko so atena temamufo so evi se nipakuo bia ye o madwene se so oman mu ye mmerese den kura no a wo mu de services o mu provide no se nya o maban na wo so a enya de o mu bepene so o mbete so da ejabo so ka fo mo pa kire se enya de mo beboa no oman no emu aye mmera magana fo even se $1 no eti bedu ahe kura no a enya de mo bepene ana eno na Ghana fo bebre bisa eti yani bedi akire ye befa cameras ababa so kan ebia na ohawa huduo bi wo ho a ehamo a eno na ma muntimi ente so ye beba begima no asem na mom se ye ba na $1 na mudi ba bedi nkomo se ye ba na se eye port ho asem na mudi ba bedi nkomo a $1 na ho de akofom nti enye impact wo sa prices we nyina so de a ane na muni asem bi aka ane na eye da ana ma se mu aboso kanfo ana kokompefo a moto spare pass adema eye wo man Ghana wo bibiara ne ka ho bibi be se oba no eye da no mo se mo be ma o man ni mo ayedin eye da no mo se eti ani ye de be di akire na ya ba ho ye free on na fe ye de ani kire eye another ya the aftermath of the Akwatia by election ye tu aba ni wie ye tu aba no die na sisi ensemble na kokoso Rashid Tanko computer or your deputy IT and election director the ma NDC amanyo kuno was say honorable Michael Ochebefi our ye Mrasebedani the ma the people of New Drabin South Koforidua ye tu abano wono be sebo wakasai kraka say wono asema wokano ye marking the West or say mark my West if MPP and we need Akwatia seat we are me Michael Ochebefi I will resign and then they know they can say Akwaya Senfofro Michael Ochebefi Mrasebedani and the people of New Drabin South woko for India was see asem no kan no wapagana fo nyina chew na no kokotwea process bi na efa no mu eti no wobeka sensem no Rashid Tanko computer deputy IT and election director de ma NDC amanyo ko ni se dabi se wo mti ase anyeye se koba ne sade a na Michael Ochebefi oyem na se bedwani edema ewo New Drabin South no asem bia wobeka efri na de ko mo bia fa ne serious bio ana no kura no wo mo betro ade akoma speaker of parliament say I was say ansa na wo mo beji Michael Ochebefi ni apology na tum no I was say onjina the floor of parliament wonjina mra se bedwam no won so the microphone Mr. Speaker I have an apology I want to render an apology to Ghanaians I will mean someone me kan here na ni se meka se mra se bedwani ana me se mani ambre sabri de se MPP Jumedia yedi no edoso enti yan kwambia so ye bawini enti mi Michael Ochebefi se MPP awini Akwatia by election no a me resign as member of parliament and ayen senfofro yanko yenhwe Rashid Tanko time a wokasa se e wo se omo betro the command speaker of parliament se wo ma Michael Ochebefi empacho on the floor of parliament na Ghana fo nyina asonte se wono no apacho wo breko waka asem a wontimi ni so yenhwe Rashid Tanko mra.
We are going to Michael Befi constituency. He must resign. If he doesn't resign, Ghanaians will not take politicians serious. We must be serious. They must hold us to our words. Whatever comes out from my mouth, they must take me serious. I can't just stand here and make allegations, say certain things, and then within 24 hours, do you know that he came in here when we were about to start the coalition, beaming smile, telling me that we were winning the dinner until I showed him on my phone that, my friend, you have lost the election, I'm coming to your constituency for by-election. Then he started perspiring. The gentleman made a categorical statement. I will resign. Let us go and test their strength in that constituency and see whether that's a strong hold of the MPP. That's why you could stand and say he will resign. He was here with us. We are going to hold him. If he doesn't resign, we will write to the Speaker of Parliament. And he must apologize in the floor of parliament so that the whole public will see who he is, so that they know that certain activities of people like that should not be countenanced by Ghanaians. They must allow decency in our politics so that Ghanaians will respect us.
See the Tanko computer and out in Nka, say Wakasana, and me and Obrempong, I support this. If you say you will chrome her, and somewhere free politicians need ba, especially from the MPP, the opposition MPP, no, and all they, starting from Reverend Intim Fojua, making a whole lot of allegations, playing Biaba Besi Airport, Sike woman, money laundry, cocaine crowd woman, but payment now, they can say no video, no picture, no evidence from Reverend Intim Fojua, a Reverend Minister who doubles as member of Parliament for the people of from Bona, Intim Fojua. We will have finished. Na utimi be gina bedwam asin south okay na utimi be gina bedwam abeka ana mehu plan bi abeyi sika temu no cocaine ewom no reverend brabe yi ano no wakote kitchen na usu na wo ye call omo be chimi o MPP for mo sorry o da bi obi anso bi sorry ma MPP for da bi agana for sorry ma MPP for na asem na wo koka no uni nyina so okoka yedai now the entire Excellency John Dramani Mahama any NDC abai o mani abre na asembia MPP ni bia beka bia no wo man say they will take the person on no eye niema esi 2016 niema e course wo man Ghana 2016 Excellency John Dramani Mahama hotel wo Dubai wakoton confirm our north amoma to ko Burkina Airbus scandal Excellency just atrosam aye twagu papa isu okrom ha enu gina so ama Ghana for to abaya ya de pamo papa yi mokoi eti another year waba betina so se mampani bio no o se ontina ho bio ani adi sabani na wontina ho bio da ama MPP for ana wo bibiara wobeka asem wo enye no kure no waka say enko yemfa ne sa enti se wo hwɛ me na wutie mi a kai na hunu se a free sabredi kro under the research agenda of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampani wase wo mu biara a wonim na wo beka asem a woni nyina so they will take you on wo mu du beginem e wo se wo nkyire wo nsem na se ya Vincent Asefua Excellency John Dramani Mahama eko Japan and Singapore papa to free Ghana Sunday enumere 6 p.m. Many can say na Vincent Asefua a lawyer and a member of parliament for the people of Tafo atimia baba be kache Ghana for nyina say His Excellency after private jet and your prices nyina dia be listed dia go many can say na commercial flight ana mampani team commercial flight and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Emirates and of Ghana diko PM Dubai. Na president kwatna Dubai 22 hours and no trying to connecting flight at the Japan. Watina what 22 hours. It's your fee Ghana 6 p.m. no me fa so ko Dubai and up 6 a.m. Watina Dubai from 6 a.m. to Tuesday, Tuesday 2:45 a.m. and send a connecting flight wadiko Japan no e fa no de koi okodru Japan Tokyo na jumedie no ewo Yokohama I was so joining public train no wadiko Yokohama from Tokyo and it take you about 2.5 hours na Vincent Asefua to Facebook na on listed prices are private jet edge per hour. I don't think Excellency John Dramani Mahama so. Obi Mr. Vincent Asefua say, "Bape mo ne ni evidence way." So it's about time one Ghana for be hunu say MPP for no kraka ebi ni omu vence mu. Yen tu futuro fa mu Ghana for ni. Asem ni yen kwa na meye ni bi. Na Ghana for hunu say ampa was say ye be koso but ene medical ka kire wo say wu twa tro no wo bedu TikTok na abofra bi a wadi 17 years or the otro na to ha no project no kra no so ma wa ha was mo hwe no kra ni nie when na be before ka no but asem na nka sanie etiene dai Michael Ochilbefi bibi biara Rashid Tanko computer waka the deputy IT and election director dema NDC amanyoko no waka say wo mo be throw their commerce speaker of parliament say wo ma Michael Ochilbefi anse na mo de be che no onjina the floor of parliament na she bedwam wo breko niema adwuma koso parliament bia no mpa Ghana fo nyina che say nsem na okan no aya hurudu hurada sam wonu okan ba sa brede wo de ani wuo Paul my Ghana for you to say ontimi resign okan sa keke se wanye sa de ne dia efri na de kro so wu se Michael Ochilbefi ka se bia asem no oka no eti se husie etukwa sura be yira ensuo nyinam obia ni wo be fa ne serious biau wo my Ghana mu a aye simple asem bia wo be ka no ka se we ontimi ye anya de obetimi aye visa wo be ma aka wo ka ye oh MPP enwinia me Michael Ochilbefi mercy from nanka waye na bibi sase nanka akwatiafo nkoto ba mfa ma MPP fo ana aya abaye atwa mu boso me nwotwe ana dollar nam 16 Ghana cedi no a liter of fuel Ghana and Nana Doko Kufuor ni Alhaji Bawumia ekodu 20 Ghana cedi awo my Ghana mu a eno na Ghana for entuma fema mo na mo meye se si a mo number mo wo awo parliament 87 kete Ghana for to abayi mafia mamuom ambibi and kwapem say mu ba hunu boni amode aye Ghana for na maseda pa chew dana na me ka kire mo say se mo ya manyoku a monya nuhu a anka sabre enye bi ni say mo prim ho na 2026 January ya masa kwakwayi flag bearer waka mo manyoku ho a mo betina ba mu mfie nwotwe a otimu a aban ni tete proper sam yi wo man Ghana ha economy say ye Bawumia as an economist oje economy we dia mama any NDC aban no na e wo junk status eti wo my bia ni one opeso boy mesia eti ya de by force ama bondholders emre wane nkokora wo ma kira de wo ma ya aban adwuma abre no manya omusika se wo mo de beto bond wo aban ho na hu mfaso de no wo ma tibi de abo omubra wo bra wo makotira fie jo ma home no kenofo yata agi sika no family ama mere wane nkokora a efa hunya heart attack wo mu BP ko soro ewuye wo man mu no dodo na ne yante awia ketekete ye organa ha na wo ma salai ebinum omoma na so so omonsa ebinum kuta yi poma wo mu banyina wo mu seki no makoye picketing e wo finance ministry under Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the head of the economic management team woye economist wode bon ho nsamrane wo mu Ghana fo sika di ya panifu afa ho guye awia mpese me bodi ne makaya busuafo yawo eno na mo prim ho se mo di sa oyawo no mo di obre mo di enwurehuna mo di tina wo man mu mfie nwotwe no eno na mo prim ho ababeye na eno bedu ho ehun asem wo ho mo mprim ho nye ye to ye bo ase atwe mo na fei de ewo mu bia no ye ne mo akasa abusia aha ye TV SYJ live na fei power 97.9 FM ye inside politics jumedie ana eguso a ye de somo no ye di o man mu nkomo nsema hodo a etwagu eche bia na fei mpanifo a o betimi ababe ka men se ne dai na enkomo hodo a ewo ho ye timi adom suko akirechire mu no ye de ni nyina etimi asomo na enenkomo ne bia ebedi enso eye chief justice the former chief justice Gertrude Tokunu Eraba Saki yenya empanifo ahodo bi wo man Ghana mu ha wo ma ba wo bi a kire na gene oh kwanya ye fa so yi no media menti ase kwanya niema wo ye no na anokura nya den si ade be yi na di niema wo ye no e wo senka ban nto ne bo ase wo bi a kire na gene me ne wo de ka say the former Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Justice Sofia Akufo wakasa wo say wono de nukurani kwanya eye Chief Justice yafa so yi no enya dia ene ne bojo sokra yankoye the former Chief Justice Sofia Akufo yanhwe ne mra ne nsem a waka dia fa Chief Justice Gatutokonu yia constitution yama mra ama ho kwan na president ayi na di no ensem a Sofia Akufo former Chief Justice aka no eni yanhwe ne mra ne to aso.
The sadness is about the whole process. My sadness is because as far as I'm concerned, it was a very unnecessary. We have been taken through a very unnecessary situation, and which, as far as I'm concerned, and that is my honest and candid view, this has so weakened the institution of the judiciary. It's not so much the individual who occupies their position. It is the institution. That is what I'm concerned about. You see, there has always been something wrong with Article 146. And particularly with the procedure that it sets out, and especially as it regards the position of the Chief Justice. In the Ajay case, I took the opportunity to reflect on that weakness that I noticed, and are these and these are not. So to me, they lack the gravity. They lack the gravity that would lead to a grave outcome, such as the removal of the head of an institution of justice. I've deliberately phrased myself that way. It trivializes the position, and I wonder what this is going to lead to further on along the line, because every judge is fair game and every Chief Justice is also fair game. Not suspect. I foresee not tomorrow, maybe not next year, maybe not in 5 years' time, but along the line, yes, unless those provisions are dealt with effectively in a revised constitution. A person holding a presidential warrant, that's what the position is. You become Chief Justice because you have received a presidential warrant. You can receive all kinds of letters that you are hereby appointed, but if you don't have that warrant, does that make you Chief Justice? Yeah. Okay. So if you're removing the person from the position, is it a subordinate who signs the letter? Is that the way it's supposed to be done? That's just by the way. Food for thought. I've been receiving all kinds of messages, and every one of them is only bringing out that letter. And in any case, is it polite? Is it proper that it should be a subordinate who writes a letter of removal to a Chief Justice? Really?
The former Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Justice Sofia Akufo, Anna Woten in Kano. I am Rasam and Obrempong lawyer. nemum ye bedin komo kakra ade afa ho eya gentwere efise de nti a ye de yi chief justice edi no ensem no ba ko mienu miensa bi atimi ababonten ye ba be kirechirem oyobi a wadi chief justice pen entini nsem no wo ka no eya mamra no so emra no se de wo se emra no enye adwuma ana ma me gina so na afi wo ka ne nsem no enti ye ba bedin komo wom na se de etie bia no ya ka ne sa bebepe tadi mawuli gina ofanko tadi benim se uba adwuma kama ewo ho radio SYZ kan wasem producer tadi kama eti ye ba bedin komo ade afa mami ni nsema wakan yi ho de nti a yayi the former chief justice get retoko nuadi no ebi ni sai wadi wo man yi sika ani ni kunu tu kwan first ade ko Tanzania 2023 September na wakoi no na every day o mani kunu pediem otua ni kunu ka wadi Ghana sika wadi mra sika ana tua ni kunu ka de atoso bi wo bae no wasane ne baba kwa America ana no so wadi wo man ni sika etua ne baba no pediem me ba to mu ti asem ni yie pa enti sansemi former chief justice Sophia Kufo what be one be na wo be ye chief justice no eye sa na odi o man ni sika ye ya na me say ye wo man mu ha ye wo Ghana ha ya ana the year 2024 in the month of February ana masebedwamfo nyina ade o monsa se nkrata ase se wo man Ghana mu ade wo mu mpe wo ba woni obada be ma woni be mesia tese eniema eye abusuasem gays lesbian transgenders ni ade no enya de o mani gimwa aye fan LGBTQ+I de so nyina mra sebedwamfo nyina ye bisa se wo won support no sori obi asuro ma won saso ne fa game mo maso eti wo mu nyina no mo de o monsa hye se wo mu de koma the former president Nana Dankwa Kufuado ana sa time o ye Ghana mampani se won fa ne nsan hyase wo manya bail no wo ma ye bail no mra sebedwamfo ye bail no eti won fa ne nsan hyase na me ye mra o man Ghana mu a se wo Ghana ha be ma wuntimi ni be ma na wo ba wuntimi ni oba na wuntimi nya ho wuntimi fi wo ba nya be ma wuntimi fi be ma enya oba ene niema ensene fatane mo ye culture ya mamra ni ya mane wo man Ghana mu a bill in the free parliament no Andrew Africa ko anim ho kra ana nipa mienu so mu o man Ghana ha emma so in the month of February adequate Supreme Court say woman de woman tiase Ghana mrase badwam anyina over 275 members of parliament that time woman do omonsa asa emrase say bill nie yaya bill o mampani Nana Dankwa Kufuado onfo ne nsansa se na meye mra no enipa mienu pe aje bill no de kwato Supreme Court efi February March April aba ebesi December 11 months na chief justice the former chief justice Geshi Tokunu ombo asem ne ho waye na bill leader aye Supreme Court yetu abawie pe na Supreme Court tenase ansa no wo mo tenase no so be ka kire Ghana fo nyina se semrase bejamfo so mo ya bill na se president enfa ne nsansa se ya enyanye mraye etu de kokoto enye under the former chief justice Gertrude Tokunu wabra the right honorable speaker Aban Christopher Sumanagbagbin and make a pronouncement aye declaration say one more every omamanyo kuom akwa content independence no more free independence ababe joining political party no emre wo woni say amanyo kuom na de kuom na sebedwam na sedu ba bi na wote wo ho a e wo say yento so aba bie wan sa no aba ho enti 2020 for me na honorable Andrew His Excellency the former president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo eko fomina eko ye campaign. Osi Andrew Onkan Hubio mo bia nto abama no ana the people of Fomina woman tie Nana Addo Akufo-Addo ana wo mo to abane ma Andrew. Sometime no wa ten mo free MPP mu akọ independent. Wo mo to abane ma Andrew ana wo bam na sebedwam. Wo bam na sebedwam 2020 ni ebenya hang parliament. NDC nya 137 members of parliament. MPP nya 137 members of parliament. Eti why na sesia obeye majority o mra sebedwam. Andrew no be decide. Obi ana na Addo Akufo-Addo edi na wo sew ewo ukuro maka che se wo nka omo bio. Ye de be say yanum. De be ma yafumu aye ma. Andrew say me pe MPP o ma po me kura me de mekọ hwa. Ehwa na mekọ. Ehwa na me firi. Eno ne ma MPP ebenya 138 members of parliament a wo mutimi nya majority. Mini majority. Awo mra se bem na ye nipa ba ko pe ana bro so 2028 election na e course no. Abedu 2024 enipa ni bia free NDC mu akokọ tenkro. Enipa ni bia free MPP mu akọ independent. Okay. Ane na mra esi 2020 no. 2024 ye de ye adwuma etimu amafri mamanyokom akọ independent na mamu mamra se bedwam biem. Mu sit na vacant. Mu amafri independent. Na masaba be join eye mamanyoko no. Mu so mamu mamra se bedwam biem. Se de mra ne ye da no eno ana be ye. The speaker kasa wiye and the 30 minutes ana the majority leader then honorable Afenyomakin any MPP from mass so at the Supreme Court within 1 day no matimi organizing Supreme Court judges by 7 at na so speaker pronouncement no one making no at the stay of execution at the two speaker so say assembly speakers akano womu mani nyadwuma eti womu de members of parliament ebebam na sebedwem eti ubehwa NDC for say mudi bia di ofia ama Fomina bi wama eti yende sese ye kom na sebedwem a ye betina the majority side eti ubehwa ye beto aba no na parliament suspension aba womu bie na suspension aba because NDC for say na womu mpredda enani ochina ka hom. Sad time ni nyina na MPP for a majority no more they pass tax waivers at the amount 1 district 1 factory aye ghost wo my Ghana ha me say MPP for I am daring them say 1 district 1 factory wo mun chire company ba kokora a wo building from scratch aye aban dia 1 company 1 factory a MPP for eco 2 amna omonke se si ye bosso she say louvers adi machines go mu say sa factory wey eye 1 district 1 factory enye nanso no mo pass tax waiver of about $350 million adi ama this ghost 1 district 1 factory Afenyomakin na edikan no shall list na factories ni binya $12 million $5 million $7 million MPC na sa company si nyina wo mo hyase eti yem passing from wom NDC for se moboa mo kwasoro ba fam sa tax waiver we yem mo pass ne wo chan da chika ho ba pem ne wo mo pass da eti sabrei da bia wo manu asie no former chief justice Sofia Akufo mami ye basrawo Emrana yajuma Constitution Article 146 ekasa ana me kan me yamra ni me nye lawyer Nemo di yakano His Excellency John Dramani Mahama petition sakan nsa eniema the former Chief Justice Gatutoko Nuaye wo hwemu wo the Council of State wo mu so mu hwemu the recommendation by said they have been able to establish a prima facie as petitions are enipa who do the abanu and na committee 5-member committee Justice Paul Mine and the chair no monso monye na de mu be hunu mo famra wo ma hunu na de se na wo se na wo se ye and the see na ne nansa no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wo bo modin say the former Chief Justice Gatri Tokunu sabredi ohu court dan kra wontwam wo ye Chief Justice bio won konkɔ telefie. Of course, these are your personal views and minim se emra de mu na kita mo ana mo ni mu mra but de ye mu bi nso aten ye bi se ho nsɛm se wo be ye Chief Justice no wo de wo ku tu kwan ade wo man ni sika tua pɛdiam wo de wo betu kwa abrochire ade wo man ni sika tua ne pɛdiam ana ye bi sa na se wo be ye sa no Chief Justice a emra ma wo kwan medase medibesio Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment Honorable George Opariado abiribia no se wo behwa ye beto aba ye be by election a wo be hu se ye ya kwan gidigidi ebisi ewo kumawu MPP for ko ye sapete wo mo de grade anfa so no ma ye abo ni se chekecheke no mo de black aguso me ne ko kumawu ko ye kwa na MPP for ko ye no atetia proposal Kwase North Chazopoku the people of Asin North Jini Sikedi Chanyo Mano Korea Kwanya ye be ye by lesson wo MPP machine so mudi kogu wo ye tu abani we ya pe krabasa and the by lesson e ba kwati anonso similar things here uhwe kusi me ne uka say ye du kwan wo ho by lesson be ba so na ekoso wo when agrofo bi say honorable ekwa ye ndisi fo mu be ye eyaba no ye beto no na mo ba be ye anase ampani ni ampa nyame ya dom ne eto ba no mamo a machine ni be koso wa ha mumfa na mo be ye yakwana wan George Operado ekasa edifa ho ye hwe ne mra.
I'm not sure we are working on the road because we want votes. The people of Aksimu deserve development, and so I also don't know who is working on the roads as I speak to you. But if anybody is working on the roads to develop the people, I think it's fair. And so let's not be a big deal out. Development is not going to stop because an MP died. Development is not going to stop because there is a by-election. One way or the other, the people who are deserving of development, and that's exactly what is happening.
George Operado, ono ye minister for youth development and empowerment and work ano sabre ankwankwo ye krokro de John ankwankwo ye say ya to abawie wo manya tumi na wie enti wo mo sesa eniema na free ho na the people of Akwatia omo Akwatia constituency ba bi ti se kusi ye o makwan mo msesi amene wo de ka sei ekwan na koso asei na mum masisi ne be ho na koso aye adwuma na fe ekwan no bibibiara etimi aye kama e dey the people of eye kusi abusa hi TV SYZ live on Power 97.9 FM inside politics jumedie ana yeguso aye dey som no sabedie bomoden na men kanfo Safari Valley Eco Resort mfema ho abusa mi hu ba bi e ho e desada mi hu ba bi e ho e fesada first time I'm in Safari Valley Eco Resort. Now me refi me hu say me wo Ghana. If you look at the serene environment, said the weather ni sifatie, sanopa wo sorry na ohwe grass no ya ye green. Said the enoma esu omo natural year omo create zoo bi omo create hu mo zebra emo ahodo omo hame na mu betimi afọ mu kura no wani atimi age omo ye mamme lake ya woni wodofo woni wakanchima mako holiday vacation kama bi no mu betimi atenam kanu ba kum wetwifa na afi ama odo no atimi abom na aye kama enti ba bibiara wo hweme anase wutie me na wiei se wo pe ba bia kwakwaje wa home wo pe classic place wo pe sweet environment very serene na omunuane nso eye de na ehwam na bibiara ye kama adan ya hodo omwo bibiara wo ho chese udu Safari Valley Eco Resort nukrani anija obenya no won wanhwe ye fie ba be yodin etanyimwe yi anasa wiei me kanfo Safari Valley Eco Resort e dia mawo bomode na ko omo edukrom ani ewukugwa kriapem down ho edukrom akriapem ni ewukugwa kriapem e da ho ane wom ho afenye pa na wokọ ho a ampa obeka so Obrempong wakanfo baby padi amame eti ne wo yire ne nko ene abusua ne nko family package bibiara wo pe Safari Valley Eco Resort wo de be mam wo hunu se bia o trip bi akọ Dubai akọ baby no akọ ji wa home no wa filia me pa cho sabre Dubai wa Ghana dia na ye Safari Valley Eco Resort esun Dubai mpo se wo hwe ho se de hote a bo modern na fresh number we na fe enchiremu bi a wo hwe direction bi a wo hwe no Safari Valley Eco Resort for one more modern firm 0596 914 394 0596 914 394 and now visit one website www.safarivalleyresort.com www.safarivalleyresort.com ubetimi akoye wedding ho ubetimi akoye party ho program be conference be bia opese wo say ye adwumakuo say be bia opese wo dwumade bia opese wo ni wo no Safari Valley Eco Resort say from 0596 914 394 0596 914 394 na fe bra na fe wo monye je so nwa na wani ntimenje wo ho Safari de yebeko where jirikajiri power specialist hospital woma beka yensa ewo fidua mu abiribia wo nuo ene wo nsem ka akwankyere wo de magana fo apomuden wo nsem se wantie bia ne wanfolo a wa ha ho omo hanom ene so de omo de magana fo no wo mo ba bedi wo nkomo eti yenkonko tie ne mra ye ba ye beto adwumadi ne so
Medase. Obusia yamu akwaba power tambre aso power specialist herbal hospital. Yadin chefi a Dr. Panya or the hospital no doctor. Akosia adu aya hod wo bia bia ojebre na ohwe power time. De bia sema kan nyina ne say adanse die papa nkrofo di fa power ho TV so radio so internet me ahodo no won so be ka dance di for no bi. Power specialist herbal hospital. Dodo na friend last stop yo Kumasi won crime. Ena yewo takra de Kumasi ofe yase ye ni Jasper Flint station di enhwanimu wo aputu ja contrast kwan so Lake Road ena yewo akra wo kwabenya ACP kwan so de block factory no edi enhwanimu na afi takra de wo Anaji Estate Customs Road ye ni single washing bay no so di enhwanimu numbers e di adwuma na yemiensa famu bia na frɛ ofra branch na ebe ono ne ama direction aba ho na wabeje wayaresa numbers ne 0555 79 78 78 0200 38 38 31 and 0244 54 44 22 Monday to Saturdays and the day ejuma Sunday pededa enya ejuma even holidays ye adwuma o ye branches ni nyina mu na de ma power ye sonko ne se o mfiti prakopa ma na ye ma wadroda no bibi biara wo de ba ye symptoms bia wo de ba make sure say ye treat just symptoms ye better tackle the cause of symptoms no until lab papa bia wo hia say ma ye no ba ye de mfiti be hwehwe mu so hia say ma ye scan so hia say ma ye x-ray bibi biara say ma wo ye na ye hu de ekoso ni padua ni mu ne be ye ansa ni de dra kan enti power nyame adom ye ntomfom yade ye manage yade ye sayade etu ase sentini say ye nim de e ha oni padua no ye nim de ekoso oni padua ni mu de ekoso moja mu say ye internal organs ni bubi say ye liver say ye kidney say ye pancreas say ye de ye be hu ade potepe akoso ansa ne amu odunti power nyame adom on fire de ne ma na mo san fa nkode bera eda wo hwa power time samre tie ni ye what test hepatitis B positive yade we yade bia bodi pe edi ba ko pe ba obi adwene mu power specialist about hospital sentini say ye na nyankopon adom woma doctor akoso adua ya adura ye de say yade we etu ase ye manage wona wodi adanse o power hono doso wona wa ma no ne UK US ne me yahodo omo je resource papa edi babedi adanse no bebre wona wodi adanse o TV so radio so internet me yahodo no AP award ahodo echi ne Ghana eni amano no edoso misro so what tested hepatitis B positive say you kunu say you yere say you ba say you nua bi say you dihye bi ama yade we enkunu obra power ye ho to make a fan bra power specialist about hospital yana onfen ena onfen eye wo ya wo chika se wututu we ade kakra bi na wa bre bi afili se hit bi woni padua ni mu yana honam hyehyew honam kekaw wutumi titi ho sa na honam nyina twitwa udidi ketu be na yefuna hye na yefunu ayekutu Uyafunu say I den uyafunu ahono wani nyina aye very yellow so nya jaundice. Unasa sha say tai umiana atom unipadua nyina waya hoya mesraw hepatitis B ni signs and symptoms no ebi eno no to recover power specialist about hospital yenya hwehwemu hwesa eye bia anasa ye bibi foforo bi ena de saa symptoms na ba behwe ni amodro tuade no asaba ho timi atọ adanse dia nipa pi ena edi power ho adanse ode no eye fatty liver eye liver enlargement eye liver cirrhosis wako scan wako hospital yese obirabo no srade ada ho ma obirabo no ahonhono obirabo no achenchene aye dendenden ama right upper abdomen onufu ni fana se ho ede ba onfini kopie wache no eho ya wo ya eho hyehyew eho na hono aye dendenden a mesra tumika bra power specialist about hospital yamma waduro ensaw yade ama hontimi ntow ode no aye kidney stones anasa aye kidney stones tieniye yade we yade bi asese hankrofo bebre ubaya nipa bese 10 scanner wanya kran bese 5 anasa 6 oni kidney stone and kidney stones ama osisi achi lower back ho ayawo ya ahyehyew onasa sha se tatai umiana atom kidney ho asam na ye ka no mesro tumika fabra power specialist herbal hospital kumase encrime na fe ayeta krade wo ye bema wo ye oba wo jonso problem teniye pa bema wo tena ho a wodi bete ne de catheter sha obemanum ne de rubber ato obemanum kakra bi na jonso de wo chima sa na jonso na ba ya na wa ya se ayri se ten aya wo ya se jonso no intimi ma wo jonso wi outin kasa jonso ri bia kam jonso na eba no obemamu ya wo ya wase aya wo ya ahyehyew obakura wase ansa na batesa jonso de no ya sa jonso ra sai ne hu nyina wie tieniye o jonso wi outin kasa jonso ri bia kam o jonso wi ne moja de akire obakura wa sha se so o jonso ade eba ni nyina eye moja nko ebetima ye prostate ebetima your bladder, that's a cystitis ebetima through kidney ebia your ureter na so urethra ebia ye untreated infection bi gonorrhea bi syphilis bi anya ne bra bi atwam no afa na sunsun sanso na aba mesraw entratena ho ayayade a ehadwe paye de bia meka sa mema ye proba kase pa mu baako eye Johnson ho nsam bema sa Johnson ho nsam sha sese hawa anya de woni bagida anadwetimi Johnson be say 10 times sana de ache na untimi na tumrika bra power specialist about hospital kumase encrime na fi ayeta krade number sini 0555 79 78 78 0200 38 38 31 and 0244 54 44 22 odi no eye osa na how osa ade ba ko betimi atete won na nyina ekomde wa yam ye oya aduane to yam pe eye oya odide mi a eye oya ya na obofuno obukura timefe na me se osa na eye kro enyan etimi de sasem to so na ebro oboa no ha nyina apa adum ha nyina ye oya de kopie wachi wutanya hard burns udidi na aduane jejabo indigestion ya na onsa nyina titiriti wo filisa emfana bi egina oyam woyafunu ayekutu misraw ulcer ne signs and symptoms le bi no gastritis eye ulcer ne symptoms no ebi eno no tumika brapo specialist about hospital be mu oduro achia oyade no amana firi ho na be hia adu aya SK that is stomach care ekuro bia wo yafunu no mu say duodenal ulcer say peptic ulcer ekuro bia wo yafunu no mu de wonya adu aya SK ni bia beboa na atuade no ase ama ho atimi atọ ode no eye typhoid na how there be ameka say nkrofo tuti typhoid to malaria sentiri say the signs and symptoms no ya de kro typhoid betam onum ayo onwono utiba paiwo ohun ba yehye ohunam nyina ba ye omre waposo nyina ba ye omre malaria awasa symptoms ni bi typhoid awasa symptoms ni bi entina so bi ko hospital ebi aba na lab ni nyina oni malaria but symptoms ni nto no doctor ni timika say man malaria treatment ebi ya typhoid so typhoid abra power specialist about hospital 2-3 days ebe fu mo janimo enu ntina doctor ko so edo ya ba ye fa ne kala mixture e typhoid edo tatahwe ye no ni nyina food and drug authority register jatum e dia mayen na se odi no aye malaria dia ne be ma odu aya malamis Baby ato haba do bia no kwa banya no nyina bi ato eye adwuma papa no wa nyina ya pure heba ya sane so broni sa no na ye de eye adwuma wa bowa ache yesi wakoma ewo problem wakoma timbo se twim ohomia ensiso wo bowa na uyi ahura ne moja wo mu ya na akoko ayiri se ten ya mo odua ya kofke heba mixture eye adwuma pa bibi biara ewo wo chest ho ntini atwa se chest cough bibi biara ha wo koko ho de wonya eye dro eye kofke heba mixture ne bia ebeboa atu ase ede amaw na se wa yare ma ho to foforo wo kata so ntimi na da bia eso moja so ate osotia na etia ma wodua ya heba tonic we eye mojaduro eye pure heba ene asane so aye ne yie a onya bia betimi abo sese ni pedua no ama ho timi ato ma no a moment sotia ma ye ni nyina onya bia betimi aboawo jiri kajiri ni dini no honam se eye adwuma eye me vitality we nya aphrodisiac adabi eye ntini mu mu asisi ama moja ni ntimi ko gina mu no be ye sa adwuma na mawo wetime gina na so te se bema ne amowamo hebatin heba mixture we a immune system booster eye adwuma papa ne se onya ne mionu de bomu dia na ba bia awu ade amawo ya de bia ha bia e bia yentimi aka ho asam no Fabra Power Specialist Heba Hospital Kumase Encry na fe eye takra de kompo ehwe ominim gota ye mfase kan enka be mu de bana ni nyina sabi pampa bone wonum halitosis bad breath and mukankan eye yade a ayenim kwase ade na niema de ba na eye bebre obi wo ho ye diabetic ba wonim so wo diabetes na wonim anasa wonim na wo hweso ntutini ye a etim de saa pampa bo ne ba wonum obi de woni tim obi de ewo ne hwinimu sinusitis bia de no ewo wonum gam no mu osi enam no mu ne kuro no ewo obi de woni minimu tonsillitis bia wo de no so no a severe liver problem ba ba ka se niema da chene fa ha obi a emro ya de bia ha obi a da bia odipadua no waye titiriti waye dududu obi simitia fam a ase ade etare nase da bia nanse achew da bia wonsa ye titiriti bra so hia se ma ye massage be ye massage kama ama blood circulation at take place ama sa titire ni dudu ye no atimi agyae wakoma bo se hwim kokata so atimi jonso saa waye ha so tia na ete kokata so wuntimi enna Mr. Tumika Bra Power Specialist Heba Hospital ya die bia ha bia bo no simi kotodwe ya na hono ya sin so ginum no akotwe na asaba wo ba chekere ma 3 times bo se kotodwe no bibia atwe ama fotumi nante e de ko wadwuma ya die be na ha ayantimi aka ho asam ba bia wo bia severe constipation ayayare o severe constipation ayade ema wani nyime de 2-3 days ebuko 4 days sabi na me nko toilet ayare udidi anopa udidi awia udidi anwumre 4 days 3 days onko private bola ni nyina agu yam ebetime de severe headache abro betime de severe dizziness edi abro bra Power Specialist Heba Hospital yewo Kumasi won crime ena ye water cry the Kumasi ofe yase ye ni Jasper Flint Station di enhwene mu wo aputo ja kontra se kwan so Lake Road ena ye wo Accra wo kwabenya ACP kwan sare block factory no edi enhwene mu na fe takra de wo Anaje Estate Customs Road ye ni single washing bay no di enhwene mu frey 0555 79 78 78 0200 38 3831 and 0244 54 4422 Monday to Saturdays and your day Sunday pe and even holidays yeah juma all your branches in you do say baby algebra na ohwe power time nyame ya adoma da sene sabre ya nso ye de apom de ho nsam no ebebro
look Power Specialist Heba Hospital
sure
yeah that's pa enisa enupei ni enkomo hwam ya abribie eboa eye oman Ghana fo nyina TVSYZ Sunni live on Power 97.9 FM inside politics jumedi anabusa yeguso a yede som bibia enche bia na afi mpanifo a meni omo ebedi nkomo no womo eba betenase na enkomo ahodo no ya sha before that ye beda na ye ho aba na afi ene ye gina ye tu abani wieye no akwatia sen ensembe na efri oba den na sie sene ne masifati ho ye bedi nkomo mpanifo omo keka nsem bia e wo se ehia nkyeremu mate se MPP fo bi kura se da bi eye sofa azoka a wono one the third national vice chair of the MPP Masoud Alhaji Masoud Asia emu sensem bebre ye bedi ni nyina ho enkomo wa ha na me ne okase ya the Economic and Organized Crime Office ye twa ne tia frɛ ne Yoko omafa akpalu wono ye LPG4 flag bearer 2024 yi ye kwakwato aba no akpalu Kofi akpalu ai wono a Yoko fo ama ne so a wo mode ne kona kache se em se omone ne won komodia bi ensem hwehwemu bi ti breaking news Kofi akpalu LPG flag bearer edema 2024 abato no me ne ode kasa die Yokofo akache ana wakwakodi a ensem bi a ebi omusu se wose omone ni hu nkomo no kokoso nti de be pie mafi ababia no ye be mo de na yetini ade ababe somo twa men ko babia ye dane ye ho aba na afi ya babe to aso ne nkomo ahodo a aka no ye ne mpanefo asi nkonwa ne ye de nkyiremu aba ne ya babe somo ye ba sisi a
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the N1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Oh, Mr. Entry, also, ya titi be benfie now so ni yamu da. Semi show no hodra mato me hunu shia. Ebe ya nwanwa.
Ni say, what also time for Hexa capsules, any Hexa mixture, yanumbom kutia also nubia mano anum. Ankan what no da. Also drodi, and one Hexa capsules, any Hexa mixture.
And come ninchemu.
Also ye kura, eto ye funu ene ensunumu. Etuma we ye funu ekekawa. Wode ho a enyi. Also etumi ema we ye cheko, ebra we didi ewie. So how eye also there. Compare Hexa capsules, any Hexa mixture. Nanum bom na ho ebeto.
Pedro toa, ko okanshi drug lane, Kumasi Dani Herbal, Takradi AA Mensa, Anafre 020-3822-855. Appeal for about Tanya Wama on Mofrano for any Mofra when you feed me no enkaho. Haxa capsules, any mixture.
Also, time for Eddie Aji Edwedi and Kratui Atom.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to a butler who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Obrempong eye ejumada. Ebwa eyam eduane. Ebwa eyi insa free ni peduani. Na ebwa woni pedua ma etena ho yi. Nanso woni mi say niema a yedi na yenom. Timi ma brebo ye ejumaden sen pote.
Mehunda. Me brebo ye ejuma pa. Ebia se mi tumi bi bo me brebo.
Ani, and wanting to what the left hit from the Moses Clinic, we have our center about herbal food supplement. We see pa the brebo, ama a ye juma ye.
Mama, ye juma.
Fatopa yenu, anopani and na a broma brebo ye juma ye. Sani a beya, a bit me yam Adriania woody, a sissy Pedranimo, a ye moving singing.
And no, I'm a brebo can't.
Ubenya Life Kit or pharmacy, herbal shops, no supermarkets are a bell. So what do those way to up? 0244 06 8447. Life Kit, one bread war, one nipedia. A dream any mapping for a ma emma or manufo, name of what are 1 year in fear to me. FDA JD Cratui Atum.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your world's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there! We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawang Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Okay, Bisiam, some more Bill at about TV SYZ live on Power 97.9 FM. Inside Politics, Jumedi, and a so yes, in Kunyasan, a Danny Daginano, Yabomo de Bro, Baby Biara, also war, your memo, come on, Bibi Biara, Echego, my Ganamu, Nefa, and Manu Semu, Bibi Biara, you bet me, they won't come on, no, may yet be a fan and Tuma Pabidi Fra, and Nuti, and an area, so Yasan Atnase, Midini and Obrempong, between Jumedi, so Ediama, Mugabi, Masse. It's a Komaho Dona Naka. Said ye be cop break in the Medican at the 2 minimum. Ye babedin komo na fe Aquatia by election and once and some Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice, Sabre, what if ya 1 year Chief Justice Biono, and some who do I know so SC. Wash and penny 4 hodwa, 1 more chill margin or hono, send Komono and ye babedi. But before that, my main camfu victory garlic mixture FMO and ne area numeri ne hunu se uyobia yarewa would be to say unusual heartbeat, stiffness of the hand and legs, and now dizziness, and how they are. Na ye drop a cope and I make for the amount. So be now on set me a cabby, and no. and a victory garlic mixture, unusual heartbeat, one kumambo kim for no reason. Woni me de kodiye kre hano about your victory garlic mixture and our saka bi na se wono mo a ebetimi aboa stiffness of the hand and legs and a dizziness and also ebetimi aboa ye pa wo bre kwa wo pe victory garlic mixture bi anom nti bomoden na kopa bi pharmacy shops herbal shops baby biara ye to nro a kama na papa no onsa betimi aka bi nanom na fe blood circulation a wo hwehwe say wo be improve wo nipadua mu no victory garlic mixture etimi emboa locate ani anti enterprise manufacturers of victory garlic mixture wo kanshi King's Walk and I say bomodi na for phone na ji sa number si ya me de ba beto dwai na fe frɛ wom beje so na wo pe victory garlic mixture no bi se wa wo use ana wo tu no do so po akwakoton enya ho mfaso de agu botom ni nyina no wo betimi afrɛ sa number yi so wo bre ko a wo pe victory garlic mixture no bi 0201 293 280 0201 293 280 ana 0242 545 633 0242545633 na fe omo maunsa entimi ka victory garlic mixture bi na bibi biara entimi ye kama maun so wo behwe yanim ha ensu a ye kasai ye di dwumadie ye nom na kwanchi ye test ni yanhuru sampa ensu mu nuane no bia nso a ye hia no ye betimi anya X natural mineral water ensu ba kopɛ sɛ wo ye wedding sɛ wo ye yie sɛ wo ye party dwumadie bia wudie ufie ensu a woni abusuafo betimi anom na matimi anya homka anya hoden na mode atena se no X natural mineral water ensu ba kopɛ a yafa ekwan ye ho tie so hygienic way and ye dia yes ensu ya ekuta honi nuo ni nyina eti bomode na hyene so se Melcom shops more baby biara obewura ensu ba kopɛ wo se umbisa X natural mineral water se netie demokrojin de mende de manom na aka nie de aka esi ha ye wo size we nyina bi nso ho a obetimi ato de ama wo mano na obetimi de akọ school hwehwe X natural mineral water kira kwan na fe jinsu ebetimi aboa woni wabusuafo nyina apomden na ni je timi aba busuanom numbers obetimi afre X natural mineral water na fe upe bi atu no akwakoton anya mfaso because ne bo no ye kuwa me pa chaw fra numbers we na fre X natural mineral water so wo shop na wo jinsu ton me pa chaw bomode na fre na X natural mineral water said the crofo hwehwe no wo benye sika na waton na wani atimi agi ye pa number obefre 0596 273 546 0596 273 546 and 0596 273 547 0596 273 547 X natural mineral water or say yes simply natural yanko China natural herbal hospital for so ye me say yare se wado so a hospital so aba e ji se wotena se na yare ebetena unipa de so wotina se na yare be hye so na wutimi enya hoden emfa mmobra na memblemi obia ebia wo na wo mpe se wo beto wo na pese yare to hye so se wo yare no wodi achi na wonya no aduro awie bie wasum hwe na wutie na onkwaje bre aba eti China Natural Herbal Hospital wo se men kan kire na hye no so se wo mo efa Chinese therapy so e de ye acupressure acupuncture na fe oma ye massage therapy no wo so body no piapia de butu mu ba ye say chese ohunam sisi uzo bi kura na u don pede bi atimi apusia ko ba bi obetegba na esi so ye China Natural Herbal Hospital ana betimi adi sajuma nyina omo ye physiotherapy no omo di yusu traction omo yusu traction bed na fe wo mo dia aye wo spine ho adwuma wo spine no ebi dia shift tonama asajabidie ka na waye sei dabi wo spine na shift China Natural Herbal Hospital say wo ba gibre na fe wo mo de traction bed no abomode asiesie wachi no mpa achechi na ye wo ni nyina na ho ato afa waist pains, knee pains, neck pains, shoulder pains baby biara pain wo nipadua nu eba cho bomode na fo ni China Natural Herbal Hospital wo mba gibre no mo de aboa na ko du China Natural Herbal Hospital angasa yare wa hodo a wo mo sa no one share to a secret and free ho ebidi na mebe bo de ama we diabetes, high blood pressure, numbness, a burning sensation whether in the foot or in the body, insomnia obi a won timi na obi a dan 12 no na ni guso gan won so nya be for me ba cha yare but modern na China natural eba hospital for MWOW afa prostate issues, menstrual disorder, arthritis, ulcer, any yade wa hodo nyina de memo nyina China natural eba hospital sebra wo mo ho aduro won kankra na omo ye but modern na hwehwe China natural eba hospital for jakwan omo opoku ase ACP kwabenya road no so behind Star Oil anafe asama omo aje kwadwo Samia J Street opposite New Queens Court School ubehunu omo ho telephone numbers albetimi anya China Natural Herbal Hospital for no majo so na nchiremu bia ohwe omo timi dia mawo ana mede tuja ibomode na fa na ko ho na afi omo mbo wo yare no ho 0244 435 763 0244 435 763 and 0243 715 5004 0243 715 004 sorry 0243 715 004 China Natural Herbal Hospital or say all your pains will run away ya obi ewo mu ebe dwane gidi no wapie if you say wako China Natural Herbal Hospital abusia yeguso somo kama with TVSYZ live on Power 97.9 FM ubetimi ahwe dwede ebi e Facebook at Power 979 FM TVSYZ na fe uko YouTuber XYZ broadcasting na fe nsema hodo a etwaguo no wonso watimi e de ho agim na bibibiara etimi aye kama sabe de yenko na fe ye nimpanifo a womo ebeka ye ho nnedai e wo fidie mu na yedi nkomo wo inside politics jumadi yi so koma hodo a yedi atudwa no wo mo de nchirechiremu e de ababesom yen Haruna Amaliba Kingsley National Communication Bureau team member de ma NDC amanyoko no ababeka yen se video yi mu Amaliba akwa ba bibi abokode yankopon daroma ahoden wo ho ebinim na ekeka se ebibifo ni bi ekeka oh womanu mu ayedin NDC fo dwa manum din ya na ekoso enema bo so nte okodwomu a oyo bo den emu bo den spare parts crowd ye ko wo hunu ne sensem ne bia woti wo krom wonam yi market se de adwade ekoso se na wo hunu no
mini ya mama wa hana minchi abusuafo ajebre hwe yewie e wo chichi ne benchen ene Ghana funa mfanche kasi soma omanpenine na bemu asofo ina MPP4 ekeka sansem na omudika
adenji na omudika
sanse opposition ejuma na woye enye bena boya bra na onso na omobo sabi o partner renes ya enye bebi a edine ni kire na awiwe mse amakoni atai dombe yanso me omebobna na omokeke mayididi yenya famu de enti so dogo bi nu abe sanse bebi Ghana kodru ye no si kempi pisa wi ni bi mu akasa breki aton Ghana
2024 election
yes
se MPP amanyoko ni wi ni ya
ki aton Ghana yes ki aton Ghana
adejina ki aton Ghana
ki aton Ghana sanse bebi na ye ka ekono kana be drum pempenso a de be ya ne se ni ensi o man no koso na obi anye na famu de enkotna wi obetna kanyam bransa mu a na ekoso sabre no look you cannot begin to imagine it where Ghana would have been if we go pon amfa fie na MPP sa wini bio for us NDC any Ghana fu ina go pon fa fie abrewatia so etie sufre mawrade a ocheduane ma osono didi menya mebika yure mfi abontetia no ono waye adom no ye free sama ne hunu we mu the same before say Ghana ye den ya fine because enema bo nkonfom na mum drive a Nico filling station ekoto fuel na Fun say 11 cedis per liter.
Yeah.
When you say adia chia or about 11 cedis na neda. You for 20 pesos and make a one you know. That is what was happening under NPP. O park your car and a joe. One quarter no fuel no ebi na 14 cedis adia chia on na 14.30 per liter. 30 pesos abeka one you know. It is auto 10 letters I say na abeka 3 cedis. Auto 30 6 cedis. And the whole day no sika na nka waso de koyeso so na kodi fuel filling stations. Sabre any hobium. Inflation above form. And you mabu na cost wano and so cedi na ho de hwan ya na hwan. Na dollar no e die mika yentimi nchini nyina ho no. And then you na fa akon. Thanks to go board adwumaso a abrantie nyansafo sami jemfi. Odano ene juma obo wonti and there's stability in the system. Dr. Kisilatu Forsen, Finance Minister, or in the Bank of Ghana Governor, Dr. Siama, because of the prudent management in the system, there is stability and there is sanity. In any case, amani mo dadin adwumayeni agina ketua inflation no mabo enkosoro emani sikasem emba form. We know can say Ghana Education Service single track system almost restore biom. Na ndeme 3 days mi hu ade bia Ghana Education System e de betudwa minia. Yes, you could see that we have a government now that is working for the people. Capitation grant a Canada who in everywhere.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Okay.
And let me go through some of the issues briefly because they shared a flyer to that effect. May retrieve I will share the information I have with you. So there is stability in the system and school, senior high school for no. When was the last time we said Duane Bo or said Duane Yomasembio?
Duane short school more.
Utibium. Free sanitary pad for our sisters in the schools or our daughters. Promoting female reproductive health, whilst at the same time ensuring that the future leaders of Ghana are trained and bring up properly in a very serene environment. And teacher training or the parent teacher association, who say as I restore biome.
Yeah.
In the schools, teachers can now speak freely. So the big conscious schools no money in your acquire the home almost say on Baba Bonte Abeka Omwadring. And in the MP for Sonny be omokan. And for your marking out to parliament, now the ding. No so Babeka. What your cat the Common Ghana Water Company say. Yam kone moi, ni krumu fumu, has moving super enum. Meanwhile, a for marking was a board chair of Ghana Water Company from 2017. Every time MPP Frabem, a footu for Oman Shunumi. Come a footu for Shunumi, ya, a ban and send and there, Oman Shunumi. Ya no Shafrabai. He said, no, motive, you know, Casa Omani go here. Woman, that's a Elimina, that's the conference, right?
A footy and the conference.
Yes, Oman issue. It came out not too long ago. I think Daily Graphic even reported it.
Okay.
That a fair market no about until last week more.
Okay.
So fair market actual idea, bro. You can even fast check it. Google it will come. So these are the issues we are talking about. In Tienda, so most of my more idea. As I'm saying, I'm going to go. Kramai, you know, Krana Konasi. Ena, Unujaf. Odu bi dia no waye ne maguo ntini mguasi ntu dwane fe kura na so no kotekwam onko yiye ne ba no mbusa se obusa mo se ne de ma se ne ko so kura na se so kura na se ne fi oba de boko na mom ne wuja ho no moka subaina
eju de oni omo nya
Ghana ye oh yes nyame na me omo ya adwen Ghanaians are witnesses to it kokrofun kumase omo he wiei Krofo market is under construction. Almost done. Kotokum, is that the name of the town?
Kotokum. Maybe I'm a bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
Kotokum for Adiba de pa ni yomo dadwene a chance bridge no. That bridge could have collapsed at any time. And mind you, Kotokumo no a Koko community.
Okay.
Koko e do those areas no near the Kuma. Oka communities are a 7 near neighbor Kumasia e ka hobi. Na bridge timamufo be dia train twi ne koniaba wo so no. Bridge na say Akufo do betna so for 8 years. And the regional minister Simon Semensa no di atem. Kaka bensem. Sabi one man who say Kotokunfo ani here somuni mama ye ma omo. NDC betna kunwa so thanks to Mario Shako it take how many days? Then I will do video no ba bontina. The following day na regional minister and road minister omujina ho. Omo de kwani ma contract that very day na. Sisi omo ye wi ama de she ho ometi media koniaba. This is proactive government. This government that comes in to serve the people. Now, NPP, we are starving them with scandals. And no more no who or personal, who is a CBU. These are the chino mo kasa. At least, you mom kono kasa. Okay. At times, the idea, the Omeyan so meeting ya kasa. No more day. And we make kind of baby no message CBU. So NPP, okay, they see Okwetiana. Actually prefer for NDC to be able to win that seat back. Barely 7 months or 8 months of the last elections, and given all the arm twistings, manipulations, of course, no yeah, barely 8 months, NDC is winning the backer. So the MPP as a political party a good boning. We ma futu me dem won say. Some person Ghana for who omobo na omunya rehemu bi o party no mu na omomom ebre say ebia enfie bi achi which is beyond 20 years and more. Party baba bemua over 20 years. Of course, here ade eku MPP sisi a ade mu pe. Number 1, Yawa Mudi Ghana for firm over the last 8 years, particularly under Kufuado, Ghana for rain fee, still fresh in our mind. And indeed, Omoja impact in every family. Someone a pensioner. My papa a pensioner. Looking at circumstances under which Association of Ghana Industries or members a any doctor makiro hine Japan or hine Japan you go pova pa kra NCA me kana senja na me raho openi wa bobra aye duma asisika. The last video say my right side of my brain continue to tell me save towards the future, and I saved, but today I can't get my money. Said you a brother papanu ni who do no wa ko hiem no one sika was something when you hear some free abo branya or pesikan dia to duanum na wonya why Akufo-Addo ene baomia ene yene sa abrono ti so ba ene Dr. Makilo hine Jakum so wo fa no so papa no so busu ni no a how will you feel? No who MPP will be able to forgive them? No. Pains are still yes. Ghanaians are going through, and indeed, they will go through this pain for a very long time. This is an indelible impact and legacy Akufo-Addo Bawumia have left in the system. The NPP is the only political party that can deliver this kind of wicked leadership. MPP ba bemu go for no ba bemu na uri mediaga for be obi enko ko withdraw the second free bank abegu fie because yes they will do it. And will they even come? They will not. And the chief just began landing sir Ofori, Mr. Ofori, and the Eco Bank or more cases in court na call land anywhere. I don't know, taking interest in one side. So they did all this kind of nasty things in power. And don't forget, these are some of the circumstances. Now these are some of the outcomes.
Na who expect it? Some resource here no ye buy. Said ye worship campaigns across emotional campaigns. Just say and someone na so and no man who draw kura ne ye bon wakwatia any se wo behwe MPP for omo PC a wo begina yi na de we free mo no wo say ye de ne picture ababe ka PC a wo gina yi ho ni nyina na e wo sakotiafo ehu MPP for mo bo na nko mo timi university ni mo.
And this is the MPP.
Then na wo kan dia
this is MPP.
Then na wo susu say akwatiafo ehu ni ye then na mo te ye die na ka wo mo asabre almost 3,000 vote difference. Lawyer Bernard Bedi akwa wo gina PC de ma NDC ni no wo wi
MPP thrives on lies and emotions. In communication school, we call those days, you show you rhetorical appeals. And sometimes you can appeal to the emotions of the people. Where emotions are aroused, conscience and rationality doesn't work anymore. And that has always been their trademark. 2016 and even 12 down to 16. Some of them Mahama at the Ghana for Sika at hotels or Dubai.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, now your power outages Okroma. What are those problems? This whole Ghana and the HNOS auto petrol, edugu or transformer. Munson what timia power fan say power radio TV SYZ for example.
Yes.
Now most spending not less than kind of 20,000 Ghana cedis every week from a plant. What is some penny at times Sika Kotor die with Dubai? Yes, and this were the lies. But with time, you see, Ghana 40 MPP on you get that? I know there are few people in the system, regardless of the MPP background, they will still follow them. That's okay. But the rational thinking, the rational Ghanaian, the right thinking members of society, as we say it in law, will never look at MPP anymore. And the earlier they acknowledge some mistake or that reality, they wake up to that reality, the better for them. I knew say NDC was going to win the elections. In fact, I dare no surprise MPP, NDC will lose elections with my MPP. Baby Edri, a former can pay encore match. I'm daring him. I want the constituency.
A futu.
Oh yes.
Say ye kotu abano we futu a.
Dabi yes ye kotu ho. On my encore match.
We futu.
We futu. On can say must step down to recontest MPP again. You also be about parliament to be more. In any case, Adeba Akua ebe lusu ni say, ebe lusu campaign manager of parliament. Ebe lusu campaign manager. To way or the campaign manager of the NDC in the floor of parliament, and we like the way he is doing things. Campaign manager of parliament to be bombing some man on causes you're sure from, and I was saying you're 187, right?
Yeah,
in parliament.
Yeah,
86 you could do next 2 years, maybe cross out drop. Because some of our MPs, out of frustration, they resign from parliament. They resign. And the MPP have no use again.
I think so.
A ban Ghanaian politics that the party have died a natural death. It only exists in the minds of people, but in the heart of the people, MPP is dead and gone. And I'm not surprised because and Tom Chapa President Mahama Say Mahama ba free SHS obegunu review means cancellation. President Mahama ba nkani ebedum thanks to Honorable John Jinapo, Doctor NPA Roxanne Nelson. Roxanne Nelson. Omo 2 minutes hoye. See where we are today. When was the last time a light go off? Your light off area na your system failure. And crampo check 30 minutes now light aba. The light have been on. And then one of the miracles that President Mahama performed, MPP can still don't understand it. So light now on because they know the problem they created in the power sector before they left. No, if you do soon to power sector before we feel them. And these people, yen intro, yen meji to me, yen ria o mine, yen plate mamufo, yen dia hand time, yen kakabensem, ni onfo maja padi onfa state capture. One day. Ye o man sa sefa o man japade ni afa e bu nkrofo dan ni ye fonfa wo di wi ase ko hinfa kan ha tie minua they ba depa na Ghanaian youth here.
Yes,
because Akwetia is part of Ghana. Right? It's part of Ghana. Now the pass course of mine more and Akwetia Fuana. Good. Now we go. They are near Tuaba, Dabasua, Efimu, by elections. Now we hobby. And I don't know. In fact, 1 week to elections, from a figure to Akwetia to Kumau, Omokoyes Aquam. Afei nkrotu a udu kumawu a ka kwan elenke sam nkrotu ni na no omo sa de se omo ye to abani ni na yimre no 6 o'clock na da so me fio be 8-9 nobody low bed e be gina no mo tamfiri ni gu echi no mo de koye asa that chim wenchi on eba Akwetia sa kwan no contractor course I think a week before the elections omo say oh who video be na penny bi wa sanwe ya say ya to aba na disibelu lusu ya be say futuro fanko yate ya wini mfidi no gu o mo bodwuma lo ya be di akon under the nation builder John Dramani Mahama time Akwetia people couldn't have gotten a better candidate, a better chance than now. Na young kase Akwetia be say heaven but say kase mpuntu juma aban bi baye mo chema Akwetia force your mo famodia Ebelo Ebediako as an MP and John Dramani Mahama as president. And we can assure them that.
Amaliba na wote ne nkano yenko niema eye Kasim Isa or national communication team member de ma NDC amanyo kono no so ba be kan sa Kasim Makwaba.
Amina.
Bibi aboko.
Nyamiado.
The nyanko passe. You go so kakra. First one a brenity. Yen share the aftermath of the Akwetia by elections. Sir Osha first Amaliba di kan abubobi so mebisa no de na Akwetiafo huni wa kire mu pa eno da yi niema bi ebi nso si wa Akwetia eye sofo azoka ene nsensem bi a esi wa NDC officer wa Akwetia sofo azoka ba wa obekeka nsem bi kura se omo beto eye afenyo market no ho a anka bi efutu yebenya by election ho me na okasa ikura awie ya the MPP forward no afenyo marking no don pre any wo microphone account say Ghana Police Service asema azoka kan no wonko no monko che no
okay enya edika mbechia etiefo na machia ahwefo na machia mempanyifo Colonel Bonda the port security manager na masanchia lawyer Tibon Zuma, the port director, Namasanchia, Brigadier General Sedu, as the Director General of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Namechia, Lejokuku for my constituency for now. Minia, MPP party no asat now. Party no, as I saw Muti as a party ne gu. You see. Sadi way na omuntimi ase no. That is what is causing them no.
About to omunya 41% to
party ewo himfa
results no de buy no. Which last 2024.
Okay.
Aka 9 pe na 50.
Who do any about me? Me say party the first thing is they have to understand say party ne gu. Ye lose election in 2008. Look at our demeanor. Look at how humble we were. We were okay, like we stooped down low and got all the bashing, all the criticism, everything, and we started picking up pieces together, form a committee, go around, get what caused us, and then we fix it. Rans kwa mko so omo person omo hu ne cause omo defeat. At the end of the day, they started killing themselves. Wo ho sika nya me boa. Ama chairman jai.
Thank you Tono.
Good. Ama chairman kwa at the point the chairman have to stop. The Bushman first issue statement in Yamaniama. Up to now you hu chairman.
The chairman.
You understand? MPP must learn from the NDC. Party ne egu. You have to humble yourself because Mufra Abemu just 8 months ago Ghanaians know what you did. Last week Friday, me can say, look, MPP still thinks that Ghana for sebi and green. 8 months down the lane, you're forgetting what some of we did in the last 8 years. Name of we Sebi Obadunyo say you forget it, but you forget it. Ghanaians are wide, and the Ghanaians are so much awake, and they know what time is it. Yeah. Also, ukwa Akwetia ukwe as an opposition party. Ukwampo na exercise anka uye unyama nyina ye because the party in power nukwa we have a lot of things to do. But here we were able to organize primaries, give the people the power to elect who they want to lead them, and that one alone. It means about 40% of the vote we got yesterday. Yes, because we are more democratic. We are proven actually say we are more democratic than them. Until we gave the power to the people, they elected one person to lead. So me, I was as I last Friday, me not doing say NDC is going to win because process cry ya family candidate was superb. Mo de ma so akoye sa mo nyama ne bi mo atasa. Mo akasa ma ko hampiki obi. And because of Nipani about Baumia camp, by all means, the person must be the candidate. Number Boaga Baumia agenda or parliament. Afenyo Maki, Oluno Wogu MPP, Afenyo Maki and another leadership, they are clean the party. But to MPP realize so. Tisa said I'm missing a brother. By election, Bow Afenyo Maki Nukumka will take the seat. I am telling you.
Sir, by election, the
name
Afenyo Maki say me see for me person mention.
The name Upper and try. That for the political party MPP no Ghana for are fed up with that party. So mo come home. Now mo show some sort of sorry to Ghanaians. Now mo humble mo. Now mo pick it up. Now mo saki. You call them. Then you start showing remorse. Then Ghanaians will begin to have some weight in you. But up to now, 8 months. Now mo say that your mama MPP need to be bien anoka say your mama buy onyeshi. Na open your MP. It will be anoka say your mama buy onyeshi na kamasi so. And open say Ghana for our money. Mo buy mo ko health insurance hweka mo ja yetua ni na contractors yetua and then the mama nam pokwa se ntajeja mo dis ka dia scanasa eduma no afinisi wo honum. The man is doing all these things and you are telling me say Ghanaians have forgotten all this nyama mo ye na o maka say John mama nyehwe. When you speak this to the people omo who say unye serious person. Okay. From the word go into Akwetia for nyina. I know. I was telling them last Friday. Said, look, you have to choose sending Akwetia to opposition or giving them power. Mm-hmm. That is the basic thing. When so no way. So more the chance because Anka Modi Koka MPP for Unkra. Then on my born number. So number now they can't do anything with it. It is better say Mufama Akwetia. Mufama NDC. Now you want NDC MP, we have NDC chief executive, and then you see what the party, the government in power do for you. Now I am there, and I'm also appealing to NDC for your paying for say, Nyama, we promise them in Puntu Juma. So far as you win, it doesn't mean say we just want to win the Akwetia seat for one time. We making sure say the promises we made to them, the people have shown love. Akwetia people, I salute you. The Akwetia people have shown love to the NDC. Nyama skamisi so munye ye ko yasi ombebu ye chama ombe ye nyama and a threat or threat ni nyama nyine tinu. The people said no, we want development because omo compare your candidate and candidate na candidate on to mean kasa then akwa your parliament. Namin Chadi Oma make it the right choice. So I beg my party NDC. Emma yen disappointed Akwetia for. Muma yen making sure say promises say catch ahimfono say be yenu. We will do it. Oma kwai, omu market, omu kaniensem. Let us honor those promises. Now me can the party MPP, like I said, party negu. No President Kufuor say mu yini free mu. You have a lot to fix within your party. But
no try fixing say on the 31st of January 2026 one more say flag bearer for we be party
and no quite be create another problem. Top to down approach and also will come with its own problems. Shade o dem mu yi flag bearer, so after flag bearership, they will come to national election, national congress, regional one, and then subsequently the constituency. You will see what is going to happen, because they are going to elect Baumia no matter what. Then Baumia's people are also going to influence. They want to try to influence people at the national level. So the people will be Baumia camp.
Okay,
and that is where the problem will come from, because Ube foresee your way through. Into force way through now. Maybe Alan and I'm Kennedy Japan. Yes, unfairly. Are you expecting me to help the candidate in 2028? The same thing will come to regional level. That is what they are doing, and that one rather and this is for the moment that this is going to scatter more party into pieces more than what is happening. So if they want to build their party around Baumia and everything, the same thing they did. Akufo-Addo was Bibi Akufo-Addo baby, it was good. Bibi Akufo-Addo baby, it was good. Obia sycophants, Obia support, and then no munde. And they are still doing the same, repeating the same mistakes with Baumia. Everything about Baumia must go through. Everything about Baumia must go through. And Baumia Eddie says a party, and you are losing it, and everybody is telling you. Go Musa Dankwa ne poster or deba after election. He is telling you, say MPP is dying. MPP party every month post or say the party support base is collapsing. And then they say Yako Akwetia Moamu seat. That is the clear evidence to show you, say truly Musa Dankwa ni post say your performance is dwindling. Your performance is not going up. They were not listening.
Akwetia ni yemfe anu nsi wo ho. Afenyo marking say yenkonkochi ifu azoka. So far azoka se wa beka se wono afenyo marking. Se ade wo gina ho wo breko na basabasa ye no ekoso. Ano no so far azoka beto na anke yebeye by election. Ewo eye ne investment.
O titi nenum. Yenche no. Mu gina ho no obi ko gina radio as we speak. I'm for TV stations threatening the whole president and saying also using all sort of filthy words against them. More, you go and clap for the people, you go and bail them, you go to police station and you sit there and you make noise, grant interviews supporting the Nipanekan. Obiakan we actually also yankwachino. You see, they just want to be relevant. Afenyo marking on him say MPP party or Mankasa Ebu party. So the man kitting he just want to hold it and try to make himself popular. But I'm telling you, Afenyo, what you are calling for cannot work. Then so far as say Nasoka say by election beba. It could be say it doesn't mean he will kill you.
Okay.
It could be say one kasa will resign. It could be say MPP from Kwabeka said they don't want you again. So how is the police going to arrest him for that? Yes. No. Okay, I'll say Beko by election will hold. It means I know being the car say you lose Omuluso Akwetia Obe resigning.
Okay.
It is a Nipa resigning. Doesn't mean say Obi Bekuno.
Meda sepa. Yentwa yenkomo so na fe jumeri so yenkoso na yenni san komo no ewa ha. Na nansi ya na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampani ejina constitution amamra so na petitions agodo a Ghana fobi di koma no say eniema bi wo ho a the former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokunu aya ensem fata say wobetina subio say woba be Chief Justice wo Ghana ha process bi e wo say mampani fa so wo fa so ekopem on the 1st of September His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, the two guys say Sabre the Chief Justice said the get retokunu say won ko fie wo brekwa onye Chief Justice bio me no dika say penny for hodo ade o mano di semaba the former Chief Justice Sofia Kufu or say ono on side with the government, on side with the president where the year ba na not den Kufu ado betina so we Charlotte Sayadi Ghana for being so kasai womo kire o madwene kwan ya yefa so de yi Charlotte say nana enye ntiebeye jai wo kosi ye na Sabre afenyo marking woye minority leader CCA in the year 2018 Afenyoma Ken eka nsɛm bi wabra Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo eyi Charlotte Sedi se oye EC chair person me pese yenhwe ne mra na afi yento adwumadi no so yenhwe Afenyoma Ken mra
Kubako was very candid. See, the president knows the politics of this country. So he was very specific, made reference to the petition, unsigned petition, the subsequent communication he received from the council, and all that. So he left it as it was, which is fundamentally different from what my respected colleague was trying to put out.
In other words, the president made the Chief Justice aware of the deficiencies that may be in the original.
He left it as it.
He didn't just send it. He wrote
of course,
pay attention that these other issues and I'll leave it to your judgment.
Exactly. You see, we are talking about developing institutions, and if each time institutions try to assert themselves, we turn around to bastardize them, then I'm afraid we're not going to get anywhere. Is it the president who has removed Charlotte Osei, or it's an institution that has done its work in accord with law and has thus made a recommendation for her exit? The NDC may not be happy because they appointed the woman to head NCC. They tried to push her to the Supreme Court. The Judicial Council did not agree. She was rejected, and eventually she was sent to the Electoral Commission. The MPP as a party opposed the procedure for the appointment of the EC chair, and I led the charge. Eventually in court, my client was Richard Sky. It was not Charlotte Osei. They shouldn't get it wrong. The MPP opposed the procedure. However, we looked after if the eventual appointment and the decision by the Supreme Court endorsing the procedure and all that. You remember I even raised the issue of contempt, that while the matter was yet to be tried, Mr. President had gone ahead to appoint and all that, and I thought that it was not appropriate, but look, it didn't get anywhere. So when Charlotte was appointed, as a party, we had issues with the background, and we did not hide from that. But it was not an NDC MPP person. It was not Kennedy Japan. It was not Gabios Asardako who petitioned the president for the removal. Get it straight.
Afenyoma Ken, our minority leader, Adema NPP, Amanyo Kono, that time, 2018, where His Excellency, the former president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, said the Afenyoma Ken can. Ejina mamraso, ejina institution so, kwebia so, nese ne fata se ne mrane tie, enti yeyi Charlotte Seyedi, wamopa no, ne nye Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, ne yi ne di, ne mum, ne ye institution, ne ye committee, ne ye womo ama ye se hwehwemu edi abase ampa. Charlotte Sey, petitions ahodoa His Excellency the former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne nsa kan ye no yampa no di for sensem no ho eti sabre de ye momoden na afei ye nye Charlotte Sey ye yinadi ede na asesa obi bebisa another me ne wo dey ka say the former chief justice Justice Sophia Ekufo waba be kasa waso no niema ekoso no enya de na neje ho me pese ye nti onomra na afei ye mfa discussion event aso ye hwe the former chief justice bio emra sisia.
The sadness is about the whole process. My sadness is because as far as I'm concerned, it was a very unnecessary. We have been taken through a very unnecessary situation, and which, as far as I'm concerned, and that is my honest and candid view, this has so weakened the institution of the judiciary. It's not so much the individual who occupies their position. It is the institution. That is what I'm concerned about. You see, there has always been something wrong with Article 146, and particularly with the procedure that it sets out, and especially as it regards the position of the Chief Justice. In the Ajay case, I took the opportunity to reflect on that weakness that I noticed, and are these and these are not so to me, they lack the gravity. They lack the gravity that would lead.
The former Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Justice Sophia Ekufu Ana Ushena, Network Canon 7, said, near many be a Yegina Sokradi Apamon, the former Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokununo, Emu said that Nyedusa, it lacks the gravity. I bet me the Apamono. That will be bisa. Was it Salafo, a year San Trophy, Akpavi Lolo, what time why you deny one member of parliament 4 years, you know. Why ne who say the former Chief Justice Sophia Kufu wosu wakahu bibi. And now one more dear, they don't matter. Constitution, no, then a neck for bibi saho. Oba church mu say. Eti Amaliba, what say? Afenyo Marken, ebe defende wo bra His Excellency the former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo eyi Charlotte Seedi as yichi EC chairperson the former Chief Justice Sophia Akufo-Addo was one de woni aba inside na niema akoso na niema omususu say the former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu aye no sa niema yi enya de emu odu e wo say kasabe yade yie ba macho yenko den na wo kafa sensem ho
America affirm can behavior in Akotia briefly. NDC ye baby ye tuaba and leadership airborne tour. You say about to new married than Akwemo. And the first vice chairperson of the NDC, Honorable Chief Sofu Azoka, ete say After marking at the to be any mobile your constituency office. No mobile, you know, your constituency candidate, I would about to the poster site, exercise of mobile Tinina. That was why Omotia and Santi and Omo Rashi. And indeed, in our electoral law, it is against the law. Say, or be poster, essay, one work for what?
Our party office.
Yeah, our party office. And the chief as Okabaho Nobuta said, I feel Mark no is the general secretary of the NDC. You see, in election day, Obi Krambo or the party poster Kotal baby, you have no right to go and put that poster down. So you post on your farm baby or your campaigner is a person engaging in open campaign during the election day. In this case, your party office. And your polling center, and your polling station, your party office, and lo and behold, that posters no na ewo before the election day, which was enra. Now when you da jaba, I bet it is a posters no. After Markin is a lawyer, is he a lawless lawyer? Entika Chief Azoka ne boy say beto no ho. As an executive of the party, doesn't he have the right to defend the name of the party?
Yeah. Yes.
And who calls it? No, see, young Chief Azoka. As someone Chief Azoka kind, it was not a threat, it was a conditional statement. If we had met you here, and as a lawyer, I think he knows it. Tubaville versus Savage. In 1669, the principle of conditional threat, not a threat, developed from that case. Wonim. And they are calling for people say Yenko arrest Chief Azoka. Chief Azoka oni aka o tamale odi teaser munko chino ye twemo. I have said it before at the beginning of this program, say MPP. You see, me who yare abo party no. Now they have a long way to go. Did you listen to him very carefully? He asked a question which I want everybody to ask the MPP. Is it Mahama who removed Justice Tokonu, or it is the law that removed her? If it is Mahama, fine, let us know. Because say Akufo-Addo eyi shall to say Eddie, na yemra na ye dwuma dia. Then under Mahama time, say mrakoro so ye dwuma. And ye Mahama, yemra na ye dwuma, Mahama na ye dwuma no. For their logical inconsistencies and the hypocrisy in your real party women, and no one don't make a womb. Now, what are the issues? Minia, let me share what I know as far as this process is concerned. So, okay, Article 1, Clause 1 of the Constitution, what can the say? The sovereignty of the Republic means the collective power of the people reside in the peoples of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government, who's the powers or the plural or the S, you get it? The powers of government are to be exercised in a manner, okay, and the limit laid down in this constitution. What it means is that the powers of government are exercised according to the constitution. You have 3 powers of government or 3 arms of government. And these 3 arms of government, each one of them exercises equal powers. And we derive that powers from the constitution. In this case, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. So all these powers now exercise, there is a limit to that power. For example, Omampeni and Nashua executive, they cannot formulate, they cannot, say, promulgate a law and impose it on the people without parliament being involved. You get that?
Okay.
And even the Attorney General, every bill be a starting free cabinet. The Attorney General, they are called parliament. Parliament bobo who we don't moji tumwa. Then na baye mra o mampeni ni sasha asia. Then na start here then the law enforcement agencies and the court can enforce and apply the law. You get that? Now, Parliament, for example, Speaker of Parliament, entering appointed MMDCs. You get that?
Okay.
Entering appointed board members, or appoint any heads of the corporate institutions, including ministers of state. The Speaker of Parliament cannot do it. The judiciary, led by the Chief Justice, can also do it, because these are exclusive powers exercised by the President. You understand? And the judiciary too, they cannot also appoint members or standing committees of parliament, all of that. And in exercising their respective powers, constitution at the share out to one obia then and contra obia bi lem. But just one Ghana for na sir. Now Ghana for na omo ye emra na omo de sa hyewe ato no. The same Ghanaians na asanso kire kwan ye fa so a some peninfo miensa di omani ne ba say yi omo ye bitwa yi omadi. The president, he can be impeached. You get that?
Yes.
A classical example, Article 2 of the Constitution. So if you some penny ayadebia a quarter constitution now, constitution say for some better Supreme Court. So court no 18 something na we no bobo hu we no on my directive and orders directed to the person here, in this case the president or the vice. No one fast had no man here Juma, and Article 2 it constitutes a ground for the removal of the president right away.
Okay.
It is a president who disobey the orders of the Supreme Court. He can be removed from office. And then impeachment too. He's been removed. And the same Ghana for now so check when you Speaker of Parliament in free as a Speaker of Parliament. And it can be done. And at the same Ghana for now, do Article 146. No much even say the Justice of the Superior Court from the High Court to the Supreme Court. This is the Superior Court of Judicature. The members of that bench is being appointed by the president and sworn into office by the president.
Yes.
You get that?
Yes.
Good. And Article 146 clause 1 to 10 and laid down the procedural method by which each member or the members of the bench can be removed. What is the law says? I'm really saying, as a Ghanaian, as I told you before, Article 1 of the Constitution e ka se tumi de di o man no so no e fi etimamufo no ho na eba ne santi etimamufo a ye Ghana fo no that 33 million no including ye ina ye te hey
okay now
yemu bia betimi atwa petition e de come mampeni say o mampeni judge we you asem fa na ho so ye the chief justice or member from the high court to the supreme court no mampeni gia on fema as the council of state bobo hu wie na ensem abawo mu a yemfa no di no mampeni set up a committee this committee no upon the federal probe asem ne ebegina yema omampeni hu kwan yentunofo na won yisa ni party nche and that's exactly what the president have done. Okay. None of them including former chief justice yawo Jeremy Mugabe awoka say mamre ntimi see ontimi kan say ade omampeni yeri enfum so omo say they have a problem with the procedural approach of article 146. If you have a problem with the constitution, then bring ideas. Nanyan Abraham Penia be what was said. In a constitutional amendment, no. Nanya ambendia also bit my amending amending count. Na MY. Na some candidate. Me interest.
Me that say, Kasim. Your reaction. Chief, former Chief Justice. Yeah, constitution. Na ma kwani. Afenyo maki asema waka. Former Chief Justice Sofia Kufu. Bono sili video ya bono washe. Pacho. Jana wo.
One say. Me ne dani say. Omo kasa ni nyina no. Obientimi enka se jomama ana abano afum mrawe wafum mrawe asem there every ruling bia beba bia na judgment bia beba bia no everybody can have an opinion intimi me who say they are only expressing their opinion.
Okay.
Because in your kind your former chief justice can or say it was unnecessary. It doesn't make it or or something being unnecessary doesn't mean it is legally incorrect. So anka me kan yanka all kasa no ka say oh your mama breaching article so and so wa breaching her na say then we can now put it in the context argument. But so far as she was unable to tell us where we have gone wrong or the government have gone wrong, no can say it was unnecessary. It means that they have no case. Okay? MPP all the time they feel say omomu to me to do something. Baby awuti ejuma oye MPP ni ebetina wa ono no pese niema wo ye no ono niema wo ye no be ya bro wo de no so nso ono edu wo so a on pese wo ye wo de everything they did under their 8 years you know utie nsema na the way they were defending and the same Afenyo Maki defending Omosaki Saloto said the way he was defending he said it was the institution that was working and not the president as in Akufo-Addo. And then the same thing, the same article 146 and a president and also the same to me and Akufo-Addo war you see the same article. They are here crying and they cannot even mention any constitutional breach president na. So meno nianu say omono they will always make their noise. That is where NDC we made a mistake in the last administration when they are making this noise and then we call in. No, now it shouldn't be so. When they are making the noise, we should do it the more because Ghanaians who say we are far better than them. That is why they keep giving us the high vote. They keep giving all the polls are on our side saying the country is heading to the right direction. One thing I miss my realizing is say council of state they swear oath of secrecy. So don't you think Sophia Akufo were breaching that oath of secrecy because you are part of the council of state. I didn't buy Momo first. You understand? Yeah. And you guys establish a prima facie.
No, this is your own personal opinion.
No, as soon as you swear the oath of secrecy, anything that happens within the organization, you don't have to
say documents. I don't think say council of state members in that money to say
one jantum, but it's a collective. That's why it's a collective decision. Majority in the carry vote. At the end of the day, when you come out, that is majority decision. You had your voice, but you were on the minority. So let's go by until you over out. Then you begin to talk about go into the details and what happened. You are breaking the oath of secrecy now also so I believe say madam we like her, we like me all the time. I want opposition the woman is good. I like she being there now, but she should also be careful some of these things because under their government they did worse. Website. Yeah, website. Who will be see website in this guy? Just to please MPP.
No, what establish a privacy against her to say.
Exactly.
Useless article 149.
And today you are here behaving as if
what I say
double standard. MPP also ban no.
I'm sure Haruna Amalba Kingsley or National Communication member of the National Communication Bureau, Dema NDC, and Afe Kasib Isa, National Communication Team member, Dema NDC na oti omon kana fe sema hodwa na wasi echeche mu no wo mo beboa ho no mdi nchire mu ba pedifo madam asiye pa aha na brema kwan na fe yede inside politics dwumadie no esi enne anyumre ni ama ho kwan na news team no so atena se na sema hodwa aka no wo metimi dia baba so before me sorry no Mary Moses e dey lift kid aba adwumadi nie eboa o digestion system so with metabolism na fe it helps in detoxification of the body, it supports your liver function but more than on centimeter left kid and Moses Diabani bin wow from one number way so 0244068447 na fe woman jebre na left kid normal fabi mau next niema mabobo so nyina no emboa wo ni peduem midin edi enke Obrempong mechina dwumadi so edi ma Mugabe ma se Yakopon ya admo china ye bese hia ne edi dwumadi ya bum akramo